Good afternoon and welcome to Pandora's Age. I am your games master for this afternoon, Bryan F. Irving from DH9 Radio and from Gethsemane Games. We will be using the Pandora's Wake setting by Gethsemane Games with the Modern Age rules by Green Ronin Publishing. The games master for this evening is myself. The system as mentioned is Modern Age. The sound effects are by DH9 Radio's Foley unit, Battle Bards, and from the freesound.org. And the music you'll hear this evening is music by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com, DH9 Radio's production unit, and also Tabletop Audio. In just a moment's time, I shall introduce you to the cast, or rather I shall allow the cast to introduce themselves. But before I do, I'll just give you a bit of a breakdown. So, Pandora's Wake. The apocalypse began when the Pandora Event, tore holes between our universe and the hostile Otherverse. Those holes have allowed things from the Otherverse to stream through. Things like creatures of incredible ferocity, killer plants, and various viruses and diseases as well have poured through into our world. The game we'll be playing is set during that apocalypse. Currently, it is the first month or so after the initial event. Society is still holding together, but the events are starting to cause things to begin to fall apart. A small band of survivors are currently trapped on an oil rig, which is under attack by two separate creatures, or two separate species of creature from the Otherverse. Last week, we left it where they had arrived as part of a helicopter medevac team intending to evacuate a stricken oil worker. Unfortunately, whilst here, they were attacked by various creatures from the Otherverse. They have, under extreme circumstances, been able to save the oil worker's life, but now need to get him and themselves to safety somehow. During a tremendous hurricane that's tearing in through one of the dimensional rips, and during an attack by Otherverse creatures, they remain trapped within the medical facility of the oil rig. And that's where we'll be coming back to the game. So let me just introduce your cast for this evening. Mark Saverall isn't with us at the moment. He's running a little bit late coming home from work, so he'll join us as soon as he gets in. We have Ben Watson as Greg Bishop.
Hello there.
We have Sean McGuile as Jeremy Halford.
Afternoon.
We have Jenni Saverall as Erin Black.
Hello.
Chris Gibson playing Anthony Burr. Chris? Yeah, almost impossible to hear there, Chris. I don't know whether you're yelling at us. That's better, yeah. Okay, and we have Marie McGowan Irving as Dr. Gail Aston.
Hello.
Okay, and we may lose Marie partway through the game as she's been suffering with a migraine most of the day, but is soldiering on as best she can for as long as she can. So let's see how.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question. Go ahead.
I haven't heard Jenni. Was she speaking before?
Yeah?
Yeah, Jenny's spoken.
For God's sake.
Can you hear her now?
Oh, he's left the call.
Oh, he's off, right, okay.
I've adjusted my mic. You should be able to hear me better.
That's much better
Yeah.
now, Chris, yes.
Oh, now I can hear you.
I've not used the mic on this computer before, so...
Excuse me. I'm just at that age where if I inhale too quickly, I start to cough. Also, if I turn over in bed, I injure myself in 3 separate joints at once.
Yeah, if you blink, you just break a leg.
It's not far off that. Okay, so where we left you last week, you were trapped in the medical bay, and I've brought you to the wrong map, my mistake, excuse me. You were trapped in the medical bay. You had just been attacked by a man-of-war, which you'd managed to see off, and during an attack by a second man-of-war, that was almost about to kill Ben's character, Greg, thank you. He was oddly enough saved by another strange creature from the Otherverse, a bizarre human-sized bat-like creature with razor-sharp claws, which sliced the Manowar's sort of body come head in half and ate the creature in front of you. So, what are you all doing watching this creature of the Otherverse meet its untimely end to another creature of the
I'm
Otherverse?
attempting to get in front of Aaron.
Okay.
I'm shitting myself.
I think it's a
Yeah.
case of
Run away. Hide.
yeah. Where can we hide? There is nowhere to hide.
Back into the medical bay.
Is there like roof hatches or anything in this? Or, like,
In the medical bay,
oh,
there is an emergency hatch in the... No, there's not actually. Yes, sorry, there is. There's an emergency fire hatch in the medical bay in the roof. So you could get out that way in an emergency. This
that's
might
straight to the outdoor. Or is it-
Unfortunately,
Like an emergency to me.
unfortunately, that leads straight outside on the top of the medical facility, which will put you more in the eye line of these flying creatures that are descending through the rift.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Is there any flares in the medical bay?
Not in the medical bay, no, but I imagine the helicopter crew
Would be,
I would have one on me.
will have
seeing as
one
I'm
on
the
them, and there's
principal.
3 helicopter crew in the...
Because I was
in the
thinking this
medical bay at the moment.
beast, it may, one, be scared of fire, and if not, it might be attracted to it. So we could use the flare to hopefully
Okay.
make it go away.
Well, while you're discussing that, can you all move yourselves into the position you would currently like to be in? You've got 1 combat round's worth of movement, so the position you're in at the moment... Sorry, I'll try to speak more clearly. The position you're in at the moment, you can move up to your speed away from that square in any direction you choose. So if you'd like to move yourselves to where you're going to be whilst you're trying to discuss how you're going to survive.
I was going to try and open the emergency hatch and have a little peek, not fully open it though, just to see what's going on, like a better view.
Okay, so you managed to use one of the hooks to pull down the ladder from the emergency hatch. Clambering up it, you activate the emergency hatch and peer out of it. You just opened it just a little bit. Could you give me a stealth roll, please? That's dexterity stealth, just to see if any of the combats spot you. Oh dear, right. Okay, that's not a good sign.
no, not really.
It's not, is it? These things are relatively good at seeing as well.
Just in case this matters, my plan was to spray the thing with the fire extinguisher to like maybe disorientate it.
Okay, well...
Just in case that would interfere with the outcome.
Yeah, he's currently up the ladder, sticking his head out. Well, just his eyes, really. So you're currently outside on the ground, so you could spray it at the one you're facing, but let's just deal with
The 20
Chris's
others
characters.
coming at Chris.
Well, let's find out if any of them have spotted this section of the roof opening up first.
To be honest, I'd probably be happier if it was coming towards me than the rest.
Yeah. Let me just find monsters. Here we go. And
Well,
it's not on the
my
list.
plan is to tell everyone to get inside and try and barricade the door with a trolley thing. Unless, I mean, I don't know if these doors lock automatically or what.
All the doors, all the external doors on the oil rig lock, so that you can batten them down during the storms like this one. So yes, if everybody gets inside, you can lock the doors if you wish to, or you can lock Ben's character outside with the
Yeah,
killer creatures
Good
if you
idea.
really want to do
I
that.
don't like this plan.
Well, get back inside then.
he can go running and just draw them all away, right? And then
Scream
no.
loudly while you do it.
Yeah,
But they won't hear you over the storm anyway. Unless they've got supersonic sonar radar,
Which they have.
that thinks.
yeah.
Okay, so Chris, as your character opens the little hatch and peers out, you're looking around, and the angle the hatch opens at, you can't see any of these creatures, but then you're looking in the wrong direction essentially, because the hinges are on the side that faces the dimensional rift. Just as you're trying to figure out what to do about that, there is a thunk as something heavy lands on top of the hatch that you're trying to peer out of.
Great.
You see
Okay.
clawed feet appear round the side of it. I'm going to make an attack against you, but you're in extremely heavy cover, so it's going to be at -3. So what's your defense?
For defense is 11.
Yeah, it's not going to hit.
Okay.
Not going to save you.
Oh dear.
It's not going to save you, because even with the +3, that is still going to be a hit. So one of the claws is reaching underneath the hatch and is slashing at your face. So it's hit you. You can reduce this, remembering you're wearing a helmet.
Could I have used quick reflexes talent?
Yes, you can.
So I would have prepared myself. So I kind of roll that again then.
You
I'm
can't.
saying, no.
Well,
Would-
you've got nothing to roll, but
Yeah.
just read out the text.
Yeah,
of
of course. So you prepare yourself for action in an instant. Once per round, you can use ready as a free action on your turn.
Okay, well, you'll be thrilled to know that you are ready as you get clawed in the face. It's not quite what you were ready for, perhaps, but
Ready to face your demise.
ready. I don't think you're going to die, because first of all, I'm going to reduce the damage by 1 because the thing's kind of having to extend slightly to try and get at you. So the hatch is acting as some further form of protection. I'll reduce it by 1. That's 6 points of damage. I did say last week that you'd all be wearing your helmets, whether that be your helicopter helmets or your hard hats that you were given when you landed on the oil rig. That'll reduce the damage from 6 to 5. So you take...
Yeah.
I know. You
Three
take
toughness.
5 points of damage minus the 3 toughness, so you've taken 2 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's slashed you across the nose and face, giving you a bit of a surprise. What would you like to do?
As I was ready, I'm going to just literally close the hatch and jump back down again.
Okay.
Are you going to lock it, though?
I'm locking it, yeah. I'm going to lock it if I
close.
can.
Okay, so you duck back inside the hatch, throw the bolt across, and slide down the ladder just feet either side of the uprights, and just down onto the ground. Okay, Ben, your character.
One second, I've got a little role play. I'm going to be like, I'll put my hands on my knees and say, and then look up and then look down and say, "Don't go up there."
With the blood dripping out of his face.
Yeah. So he's got a blow across his face the doctors will recognise looks worse than it actually is, but could still probably do with being treated. Now, Ben, despite me giving you an opportunity to get back inside, you're still standing at the bottom of the stairs. So, that being the case, this combat is going to attack you. So, would you...
I said I was going to spray it.
Right, okay, so that you're going to attempt to spray that one. So you're in
I was saying before,
so
I was wanting to spray it to distract it.
So you are
And
in
I'll
combat
wait.
with it. So could you, in
Yeah, I
a
was gonna spray
moment,
first, though.
if I can get a fucking word in edgeways, in a second you will be giving me a initiative roll. There you go. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
I was hoping to spray it before initiative, but it's fine.
Well,
Oh,
you were hardly surprising it because you two were kind of looking at one another. Also, actually, it was looking at you whilst munching on the other thing. You were initially facing the wrong way. You've had to turn round, so it's going to be an initiative thing, I'm afraid.
All right, Mr. Sophisticated Rules, okay.
I mean, Mr. Games Master Sir, I think is how we'll be addressed. So, you annoying little shit, let's have a look.
Shouldn't that be, "Oh my God, please don't kill me"?
Okay, so it's scored 15 on its initiative. However, I am going to give you a little bit of a bonus on round 1. So you're
Thank you.
on round 1, you will get to go first. But after that, the combat will. So you were going to attempt to spray it with the fire extinguisher, I believe.
I'll spray with the fire extinguisher, try and disorientate it, and
Okay.
then I'll run
Make an-
inside.
Make an attack with a fire extinguisher. That would be your accuracy However, you are outside in a gale, so unlike the other attacks you've made on things with fire extinguishers, which were inside, the gale is acting very much against you here, so you're at -3 to hit it.
That's fine. Well, I got a 9 then.
You
With
got a
that
9, I
bonus.
very much doubt that's going to hit.
Not bonus.
Let me just take a look. Defense 13. Nope, afraid not.
No.
Okay, so it will be the combat to go next. Let me just have a look. It will attempt to...
Does he not get to run away as a minor action?
He does get to run away as a minor action if he wants to.
Of course I want to run away.
Okay, so you're running away into the thing. So the combat's minor action's going to have to come after you. So it comes after you, gets to about there. It'll have to... Actually, that's a good move on your part because it will have to land in order to attack you, and it is less dangerous on the ground. Not much, but it's a little bit less dangerous on the ground.
You know what? I'll tell myself that when my skull's getting munched on.
Okay, you do that.
I'm lucky. It's actually less dangerous, guys.
It's going to do less damage. It's got a slightly better chance to hit you. So it's going to lunge forward in an attempt to bite you in the vulnerable throat. Let me have a look. 12. What's your defense?
Ooh. Let me have a look. 11.
Oh,
Damn.
unlucky. Right, okay. So it lunges forwards. Its teeth sink into the flesh around your neck. 5 points of damage. Remember to reduce that by your toughness.
I have 3 toughness, so...
So
only
take
two-
3
only
off.
2
So you've
damage.
taken 2 points of damage. So you're all right. You're
Does-
bleeding a
does-
little bit.
Does his protective clothing, weather clothing, not protect him for a point or not?
Do you know
in this
what?
case?
I am going to give you a point of protection from this. So you only took 1
you very
point
much.
of damage. Okay, can everybody, including you, and I should probably have asked you this first, give me a fear test, please? Unless you've already done a fear test against the combats, in which case you don't need
I'm
to
going
make
to
another
scroll up and have a look.
Okay.
Perception.
I think those
fighting.
people
I
that
don't
were-
think we have.
Right,
It's
okay.
it's a willpower test, is it?
It's willpower, morale, courage, or self-discipline, I will allow.
I have
Brian,
courage,
I'm in
I
the-
think.
I'm in
Yeesh.
the
Oh, yeah.
what was designated the intensive care unit, that little room.
You are,
With
so
the
you're
other
nice
doctor
and
and the patient,
safe from
so-
it, so you don't need a roll.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
have
what I was
seen
going
it
to say.
yet.
I'm not going to roll because obviously I'm not going to have seen it.
So, Greg, did you just get a 6 on the
I
stunt
was
dice
just about
there?
to say, I'm really lucky I got a 6 there.
Indeed so. So, because that
Did you get any
generates
stunts for
actual stunts, you get 6 points of stunts, but it also puts 1 point in the complications pool,
Okay.
which for those who are interested, that's put your complications up to 7.
Oh, yes.
Okay, the target number for your fear tests were 11, so anybody who failed that, add 1 to your fear, please.
Those stun points.
Yup.
Can I do anything with them?
Yes?
Erin also scored stun points at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Erin, how many stun points did you get? 5. So
5.
you're okay. You can use the 5 stun points. You guys can select those from
Exploration?
exploration, we'll call it. Yes, exploration stunts.
Am I allowed to use mine to, like, lock the door? Or not?
Let me just think. See if you can find actually, I think I'll just rule on this.
It's technically a chase one as well, isn't it? So
I mean,
yes.
I could use when a plank comes together, I guess. You know, my plan was to get, gashed a little
To
bit.
get it
so I
on the
could close
ground
door.
and then close the door on it.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
on the chase stunts part 1, there's a one called give it the slip, which would allow you to do something like that, which
Yes.
is 4 points.
We'll allow that.
Yeah.
4 points. So that's 4
Okay.
stunt points in a single stunt. So that's another point in the complications pool. But it also leaves you 2 stunt points if you'd like to do something else with them.
That was chase. I'll have a look.
Mhm.
I could use +1 to your next chase test. Well, that's not. To your next turn, attacks against you in your. Ooh, and then I'll take evasive maneuver. So they've got a -2 to hitting me
For the
on
rest
my
of this.
next, my next turn.
Right, okay, yes. So what we'll say is instead of it being on your next turn, we'll say it is in the next turn in which you are attacked, because it might not be your next turn, it might be 4 turns before you get attacked. But as you can tell, I'm in an incredibly generous mood today, probably because I was having an ice cream just before we started play. It always puts me in a good mood. Jenny, what would you like to do with your 5 stunt points?
Well, I'm just thinking there's a bunch of windows, yeah.
Yup.
Can they be, like, shuttered? If you know what I mean?
Yes, all the windows on the oil rig can also be battened down to prevent. It does mean you're not being able to see out of it, obviously, but it also means that the creature will have a bit of a harder job just smashing its way through.
Yeah. So would I be able to do something like get more than one of them battened down?
I will allow you to batten down the 2 closest to you, yes, which is these
Okay.
2 here. So what I'm going to
I'll-
do now is I'm going to go over onto the dynamic lighting dynamic lighting layer, and I'm going to close these windows off.
All
so
the
that
closing one.
you
Okay.
Shouldn't be able to see through them anymore.
I can see through the top ones.
Well, she's only closed the 2 closest
Yeah,
to
these two.
Yeah.
You couldn't see
Okay.
very
the
far
one-
through them anyway, so
Yeah.
her. Yeah, they're kind of on the edge of the battle map.
We know the things are out there. I'm going to say shout for the others to close those ones because we don't want to be trapped in here whilst they're able to get in here. We can
That's
always
true.
open a window, to shoot out if we needed to. But I think it's better to fortify our position, as it were.
Okay, what's everybody else going to do then now that Erin's given the suggestion of battening down the hatches?
I'm going to continue to secure the door.
Okay. So
but
you
I was going to move through into here and attempt to close the window.
okay? You're going to attempt to close. Is it these windows here? Yeah.
No.
No.
I can't get into that room.
That's because that door's currently locked. I think. Let me just.
Well,
Didn't Rab lock himself in there with the patient?
Well,
keep
Rab
him safe?
didn't because Rab's not here, but
Well, not Rab. Whatever.
Mark's other character, yes.
yeah.
But-
Well,
reason
Mark
I
and I can block that window. We can batten that one down, or we can block that window with the bed that was in here.
You
Yeah.
can, yes.
Yeah, in that case, if I don't need to go in there, I'll do this window as well.
Okay, I'm just going to get rid
Does
of
the
this.
door have a window on it?
The outer door, no. The door to the isolation room does, yes.
Okay.
I should probably change the windows into doors rather than walls, actually. That way you can open them again more easily later. Okay, so Sean, you've managed to lock the 2 or batten down the top 2 windows. Ben, you are securing the doors best as possible. Chris, what are you doing?
This one's still open, yeah?
No, he's closed that.
Right, can I ask a strange question? What's the floor like?
Yes, you can ask that
Are there
question.
holes in it, or is it smooth, or
It's not entirely smooth. It's rubber flooring, so it's got those very shallow rubber dots on them, which it helps with the grip, but doesn't kind of impede much of anything. Not high enough to trip over.
That's the same with outside, is it?
No, outside is metal.
Okay.
So it's a metal walkway outside. All the external walkways are painted yellow, and any walkways that are under cover of a roof are.
If I
not
remember
painted.
from bats, is floors and walls, if they're smooth, with very little friction, they can't move very well.
Yeah.
Just think about that as we're moving around.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't quite know what to do. I'm going to check everyone's okay, and myself, obviously.
Okay, so almost everyone's okay except for
Me.
except for you. Are you not well? Oh no, you're not well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You have two people three people, including yourself, who are wounded. But the
mean,
only
I'm
one
fine.
who seems seriously wounded is Erin.
I'm guessing there's some medkits on these gurneys, maybe.
There are medkits on the gurneys. You can also hear
Those are not gurneys in the corner.
Those are not.
lockers.
Those are
Right.
That's medical equipment. But yes, there are medkits there. You can hear the sound of something banging on the door outside. Clang, 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 clang. So
Right,
Fine,
so only
guys.
need a tin opener.
We're just going to end up like, yeah, we're in a tin now. We're sardines.
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
bats. I don't feel like bats will be very good at bashing things down. Like, they don't seem to be built for that kind of thing, do they?
I'm
The
gonna try
average
to-
bat isn't, but these things are like 5'7".
They're going to batter their way in.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to heal the main character of this scenario with a first aid kit.
Okay, so you're going at Erin with a medkit. Okay.
I mean, I can heal myself. I do have medical aid. I have
Can you?
like emergency care as a talent, so like
Ah,
medicine.
okay.
Sorry, so.
Well, since I'm not doing anything this turn, it doesn't like hurt to at least try it.
Give it a
Well,
go.
Erin will say, she'll say, go and tend to somebody else. I can take care of myself.
Okay, so you do have other people injured in the room, yourself being one of them. Now, if you don't have emergency medical care as your specialisation, then you can't perform the medical test on yourself, but you can perform it on anyone else.
Okay, I'll shout out who needs aid.
You,
I've
Ben's
lost 1 hit
character,
point.
yeah, and obviously Erin needs help. So, Erin, do you want to make a roll for yourself? And Chris, do you want to make a roll for Ben's character as well, please?
How bad off are you, Erin? Like,
What's this
10
intelligence,
points
is it?
down. I'm down to 14 out of
6.
24. hit points.
Okay, so you've passed your medical roll.
Is this intelligence? Yeah.
Oh, I got a 6 in the thing.
This is
you rolled
intelligence.
initiative,
Yes.
there, Chris.
Alright.
Yeah, I see. I rolled the thing.
Okay, so Erin,
Mhm.
you have successfully passed your healing roll, so you can restore 1 plus your intelligence plus the result of your stunt dice.
Oh, she got a 6.
She did, and don't worry, I recorded it.
That's up to 9, so that's nearly full health then.
Okay, so that's the good news. The bad news is I need you, because you're the person that pushed the complication pool over the 10-point
Six
bracket. Roll me a
six
d6,
roll.
please.
Sorry. Oops, sorry, I rolled twice by accident.
You
It
rolled
was a
twice,
4.
so the first result was a 4. So I think I'm right in saying that you are going to be... Okay, let me just
Aw.
have a quick check.
We start smelling gas.
Complications.
The roll I made was accidental.
That would be the sprouts you ate earlier.
Yes. Sorry, say that again, Chris, please.
The 6 I rolled was an initiative roll. I accidentally rolled it when I wasn't meant to.
Yes, yeah, I'm aware. You were making an intelligence roll to try and heal Ben's character. If you want to make that for me, please.
I got a 10.
Okay. You've got a 10, so that's a fail. You needed an 11.
Oh.
Guess
If
I'm
you
not
didn't have, if you
sure
didn't
what
have that
these.
fear point.
Guess I'm not sure what these first aid kits are all about.
Okay, so nothing's happened as a result of the complications pool reaching 10, so it will continue to climb and we'll roll again when it reaches 20.
Oh, is that how it works? I thought it was just kind of like I'm not going to go for a 10, I'm going to go for a 20 instead. You know?
No. Once it hits 10, we make a roll to see if anything happens. If it does,
if it doesn't,
it
then it
drains
goes to
down to 0 and something
Okay.
bad happens. If it doesn't, then it continues to climb from 10 and we test again when it gets to 20. And then
Ooh,
if
I'm
nothing
excited for
happens
20.
at 20, we go to 30. Once you get to 30, something bad definitely happens, but it's just a matter of how extremely bad it might or might not be.
Yeah, it's like when you swallow a bag full of Scrabble tiles. The next time you go to poop could spell disaster.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Where do you store all these jokes?
He has a spreadsheet in his computer.
Yeah,
The spreadsheet on the computer. Nah, I don't use spreadsheets. Much.
Okay,
Why?
Avoid them.
so now that everybody's trapped inside here and you can hear this creature clanging off the door, what would you like to do?
Hey, yes, you're all trapped inside with me. I'm now going to tell those bad jokes. Before I die. Your last
Every
memory
time he's
will
on the
be of
toilet,
me.
you can use the countdown
Brian,
music.
I'm going to use my action to prepare some sedatives and administer them to Sean's character to shut him the hell up.
Yeah, happy man. There we go.
I have a. I think.
every
I mean,
dad
you can
joke.
call me up before the general medical council if we all survive being eaten by a giant friggin' bat. So yeah,
The only idea I really have is one person distracts the bats while everyone else goes out the escape hatch. And
Okay,
I'm
then,
fully
Ben.
aware you're all gonna nominate me, and I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Right,
'Cause
well,
I do actually know this place, to be fair, so I would know where to run.
I had another idea.
on the
Um,
doors. You can see the door part of the metal just slightly buckles.
I'm gonna
Push it.
try and push this over. Do these move, or are
Yes.
they
Yeah, they're on wheels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to hit the foot pedal
You do.
in put it in front of the door?
or
Push
the
over.
lever.
I
Okay,
had an
you
idea with the oxygen tanks.
you move one
I'm
of
gonna
the
blow it up.
you move one of the gurneys over to the door and seal, well, not seal the door, but further barricade the door, further reinforce it. Sorry, Chris and Ben, what were you two talking about? Explosions and oxygen tanks there.
I was going to strap an oxygen tank to something on wheels and then like let it go
Alright.
and like smash into the bat.
I just had a
That'd
view
be
of you
quite funny.
strapping it on Ben's character, putting him in the gurneys and pushing him out the door.
Here, mate, hold this. Shove.
Shove them on and then knock the end off the valve off the end.
Yeah.
Watch it go like a rocket.
Okay, the problem with our plan is, well, I say the problem, it's hardly a problem, but the point is that the bats are all on the outside at the moment. So you can certainly load one of the oxygen cylinders, there are only two in here. You can load one of them onto a gurney. You can't currently ram the bat with said gurney because it's
What
on
if,
the outside.
what
But
if
if
we
it gets
prime the
in.
door?
What if you what the door, sorry?
Prime the door. Like if it gets too far open, it just goes boom with the oxygen.
Might be
I'm not-
dangerous for us though, that as well.
We are on an oil rig as well, I guess.
It would be dangerous for you if there was an explosion of a gas cylinder, of an oxygen cylinder in here. But I'm not quite clear on what you would be using as the
I'm
detonator.
just trying to like maybe stun the animal that's trying to get to us at the door while we
No,
can
no.
escape.
I understand what you're trying to do. What I don't understand is what you would be using as the detonator.
It's like, what would trigger it? How would you get it to trigger?
I've got
it's
another idea. We've barricaded all the windows. Maybe we can judge which one would be a safe escape, and we can all sneak out of that window and go to safety
Jump on
somewhere.
it, we use a rope and like what does he call it? Wrangle the bat.
Right.
Bat wrangling.
I'm completely open for running
You
out
mean
there.
open the door, lasso
Right.
it, pull it in, and then beat it to death with blunt instruments?
I do want to protect, and I would want to go ahead instead of Ben's character to
Keep
protect.
in mind though that there was quite a few of them.
I'm completely
Not
open.
just
Like,
this one.
I know the oil rig, so I can like duck and weave in between all the sneaky areas I can
Yes.
get, and I can get into like a secure place, while you guys can all go somewhere else.
You hope.
I mean, I
You-
guess
okay.
you could take a flare and do that. It might
Yeah.
draw them to
We
you.
do have
Gold
flares,
bloom
that's right.
style.
So, given that the oil rig's under attack by these things in general, and everybody's battened down somewhere, I'm not saying that's a bad plan. I'm just wondering if we've got all the way to the end of that plan, if you know what I mean.
Well, I think
Not
it would
really.
be. I would lure them off, and I would go bunker down somewhere that my character would have an idea of being quite safe.
Yes, you because you
and
are one
the
of the first
others-
hands on this oil rig would know some of the safer places. So go ahead from there.
And I can give the others. I mean, the others are going to go out the security, like the emergency hatch. And while everything else is distracted, I'd give them directions on like where to go. So I'd say like before I go out, I'll say, go down the ladder to the left. You'll find yourself at so and so. Wait for me there, and I'll
Well,
come meet you.
Okay, got you.
There's two oil rig workers here.
I was
with
going to
us.
say there's There's a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
of
oh,
people who could
that's right.
help
They
me.
could lead you.
Yeah.
Just one comment. You are coming through Chris's mic as well a little bit there, Ben.
Sorry.
Nowhere near as
Um,
bad as last time, but you are a little bit.
I'll talk a little less quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, the other oil workers could lead you guys off to somewhere safe, and I'll meet up with you guys when everything's cooled down a little bit.
The only problem is, can the patient actually be moved at this point?
Ooh,
him.
he's
Oh.
just had heart surgery.
Yeah.
You would.
The advice from the medics is going to be, unless it's an absolute necessity, we're not moving this man.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just knock him out and, hope he doesn't wake up until
He
everything's
is
cleared?
knocked out.
He is,
He's
yeah.
knocked out. He's still under from the anaesthetic.
Well, he's
You
currently
don't
on.
really want him waking up to this, do you?
You
by
don't.
himself.
You don't. But he's also on a drip, and he's had open.
Yeah.
His chest's been opened recently. He's only just been stitched back together minutes ago. Moving him could kill him, as the point the medical
I think we
staff
should
are making.
leave him and come back for him when we can.
Oh, I don't know.
As
if
bad
that's
as
a
that
good idea.
sounds.
Thing is, right, the bat already knows that we're in here, and there's lots of other ones which might also be attracted to where we are if this other bat.
Clang,
like-
clang, 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 clang,
Yeah,
clang, clang,
exactly,
clang.
right.
It's coming from two separate locations now. One of the windows
Okay.
has been battered as well.
Right. So we need to figure out a way to take them out, I think, because we're not going to be
I'm ready.
able to...
I'm ready for this plan. I'll lure him away.
I don't
You guys
know.
can stay here if you like.
I could
No,
find
take
and
care.
lift the
Oh shit!
patient.
That's not. It's not inside. It's not inside. Don't panic. It slightly misplaced itself when I attempted to place it. You
I was
don't
like,
need to panic just yet.
Rat break through the window.
I am going to go in to this room here because we didn't lock that one down, so I'm going to lock that.
I'm
quickly.
telling you, if that rat comes through that door, I'm luring it out. I'm making
Okay.
a decision unless we have a better plan.
So
Can I do perception or hearing to see if there's any more of these that I can hear close?
yes, make a perception hearing test. Jenny, which room did you say you were going into?
This one.
That one there. Okay, can you get through the door there?
I clicked on to open door, but it's still sticking. Hang on. Try it again.
Imagine this in real life.
There you go.
Try there. Oh,
Oh, won't open.
Oh
yeah.
dear me! Look what you've just spotted. So as you come over to try and thing the door, the bat creature slams down on the glass. The glass comes in,
Oh,
shatters.
always me.
Chris, you've just passed. You've got 6 exploration stunt points you can use as well. I know what you mean, Jenny. It does always seem to be you. I apologise on behalf of the dice, and you take 6 points of damage. However,
Okay.
I'm going to say you're going to get most of that in your face, and since you're wearing your helicopter helmet,
Look at you, Jenny.
Yeah. Yay.
since you're wearing your helmet, you can reduce that to 5. Now take your toughness off the 5.
Oh,
4 points of damage.
yeah.
However, that's only the first part of the bad news. Because obviously, if the windows come in,
Yes.
think you can see
Well-
where we're going here.
At least we might be able to. They might come in a bit slower with this being a room that's separate.
Absolutely. Give me an initiative roll, please, Jenny. See if it grabs you by the head before you get the hell back out of dodge.
Fuck balls.
Can somebody pass me a flare, please?
Oh my god! Why did I have to roll so bad?
Oh dear, that is quite poor, isn't
That
it?
is quite terrible.
Oh dear God.
Okay, so let me just reorganize this by descending. So
I'll be back in a second, guys. I just need to do something. Okay, hold
yeah,
on.
no problem.
Okay.
So combat
Fine.
number 1 by the door is going to attempt to smash through it again, so it needs a strength might test. I don't see.
Can I?
It's 21 the target to get through the door, so the door's still holding. Clang, 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 clang. Okay, Ben, you were trying to speak. Go ahead. It's Greg's gone next. So
I want to. Right. I know that these things are going to start coming in, and my guy's seriously thinking about, what I was saying before. So
Yep.
I'm kind of yelling at someone to give me a flare. Someone mentioned they had one before.
And
Any
I'll
of the
be yelling that there's a bat coming through the window.
any of the helicopter crew have flares. So
Oh,
everybody
you know
who
that
has
door?
not already rolled initiative, go ahead and roll initiative now for me, please.
You know that window the batches came through? Does that window lead off the oil rig or does it lead onto a platform?
It leads onto one of the oil rigs platforms. I mean, you're
'Cause,
fairly
I'm thinking about just bucking out that
Central.
window and then leading the one on the front doorway as well.
okay. So he's thinking about just running for it and pretending he's been heroic, leaving you all to die. He'll be running away, going, "Eat them, eat them." He won't really. He won't. He won't. Just...
It's alright, it's going to eat me
Give
from
him
the looks of it.
flares.
What's worse, Jenny, is I'm dragging it out for as long as possible by letting
Yes.
everybody else roll there.
I noticed.
You feel the tension. Can you feel the tension? I feel bad. I do. I feel bad.
No, you
I don't feel very bad, but I feel badish.
Not really, Brian, come on.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
I know
Anyway,
you too.
Would me pushing up against the door and like supporting it with my body weight add any strength to it?
well,
Well-
its target number's already 21, which is near impossible.
Well, remember there's a gurney in the way as well.
Yeah.
It's got a brake on it.
So you would increase the target number by about another 1. So it's up to you. I mean, your leading them away plan, almost suicidal, might work. You're trying to keep that one out, almost certainly will work, but then you've got problems with the other ones coming in. So it's largely up to you. But while you're thinking about it, now that everybody's generated their initiative, I just want Anthony Burr. What's he up to?
I have my explorations done, don't I? So
Yes.
I would like. I'm just looking at them.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's something, because it was a perception thing, if I can see something that may actually help on the floor or on the wall or something.
Okay.
So the jury rig, it's not on the ones there, but it's in the book.
Yes.
I'm a bit loud.
Yeah.
You can improvise a piece of equipment you need to be more efficient or negate a situational penalty.
Okay, so what is the
Would
tool?
suffer lacking proper equipment.
Yeah, what is the job you want this improvised tool to do?
Yes, I don't know. My perception show that there wasn't.
I'm sorry, you are dropping out quite badly there. Could you say that again?
Yeah.
Sorry, wasn't there more than these 2 bats with my? Did I find out with this roll when I did hearing?
Yeah, you think there are 2 bats outside at the moment, but the noise they're making is liable to attract others. You think. There are definitely others in the area. You can hear shouts and screams from other parts of the oil rig. Mostly just the close ones, because the sound of the gale is drowning out anything further afield. So you think currently there are 2 bats attacking the medical station. But you know there are others close enough to reinforce them if they
I'm
respond
going to
to
throw
their
some
calls.
flares then to Ben's. Yeah.
You're going to take some flares to Ben's character, did you say?
Also, we're doing this.
Chris,
plan.
we've lost you
Okay.
completely, Chris. Type it in the...
I think he is typing.
Right, okay. Okay, so Ben, it's, you can finish off what you were doing, which was Anthony hands you 2 flares, so if you'd like to move Anthony over to close enough that he can do that, that would... What do you want me to
I
do it if you're
think-
struggling? I'll do it.
Can't hear them. Just exit them. Come back. I think by Anthony giving me the flares, that's kind of like my do it.
Okay.
So my plan is to puck it out the window and try and know everything away with flares.
Okay, well, you're
Do
currently
you
not...
even know what's happened in this room, though? Which window are you on about going out?
The window that bat just came through.
Right. Well, that's a glass door that so you'll be able to see that that one's come in.
Well,
So
Jenni opened the door anyway, didn't she? or did it
Yes.
close behind her? So one of those ones.
Yes, it will have closed behind her.
Okay.
But you can move
Did-
yourself to that door, and that'll be your action finished.
That's
Did Ben
I
fine.
get
love how none of
did
you
Ben-
bastards are trying to help me.
Ben get
Back.
You know.
Yes, Ben got the
Yeah.
flares, if that's
I
what you're
think so.
trying to ask. Yeah. So, Jenny, sorry, if you'd like to finish what you were saying when people talked over
No, I was
you.
just saying, I love how everybody apparently knows that I'm being, like, dragged away by this giant bat and no one's doing anything.
I'm doing
I
stuff.
don't know.
I'm
I'm
gonna lure
stuck
them
in the
away.
tiny little ICU room with
Aye.
the.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
for you,
Marie,
but
I
what
need
about all
an
the rest?
initiative test from you, please.
I'm gonna lure them all away. Thank you very much, Jen.
Okay, so it's the next combat to go, and that's the one that's trying to drag Jenny through the gap by her head.
Yeah.
So, first of all, it's going to actually get a hold of you, so it's going to attempt to claw you. What's your defense?
It is 12.
Lucky you. Combat rolls 11 to try and attack you. It reaches through the window, and you scoot backwards out of the way. It just can't quite reach you. There you go. You're still alive for another round. What can possibly go wrong? And it's you to go.
Me to go. Right. This thing doesn't move, does it? That's not. Is it the auto?
Pardon me, sorry about that. It's the autoclave, yes.
And it's not on wheels.
No. It's
Right.
small by autoclave standards, but it's it's a big, heavy piece of machinery. It's not on wheels. You're not going to be able to move it on your own.
Can I? Because I've got the fire extinguisher. I still have that.
Yes.
Can I fire that off at the bat and then get back out of the room
Yes.
after and close that door?
I see no reason why not to. Give it a try.
Right. What should I actually roll for that?
Attacking with the fire extinguisher would be under accuracy.
Right.
In the unlikely event that you have the focus attack giant bat with fire extinguisher, feel free to add to.
Yet another shit roll from me.
That is a shit roll, I'm afraid, and you've missed. So
Okay,
you
like,
unleash the fire extinguisher all over the autoclave as you're running away.
I can't get out the door.
Hold on, I'll move you over the threshold. There you go.
Right, and I'll like slam the door shut, and I'll be like, "There's one of the fucking bats in there."
Okay, so Erin comes powering out of the thing, almost sending Greg flying, yelling about there's one of the bats in there. And it would be... Okay, that's... Doesn't look like Sean's character's on the initiative round there, so Sean, could you give me an initiative roll, please? You might not be back from the bathroom yet, actually.
He's on mute, so
Right.
it's either that or he's forgot to unmute himself.
Well, he's not hearing me either by the looks of it, so I suspect he's still in the bathroom. So we will press on. So it's this combat. I'll make another attempt to batter through that door, but it's going to need a 21 to do it. It's virtually impossible. 14, so boom, 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 against the door as well. Still making a lot of noise, though, so it could easily attract other combats. Anthony Burr, background to you. What would you like to do? Oh, wait a minute. I should have reorganised Gail Anderson up there. That's okay. It's still Anthony to go first. So, Chris, what would you like to do?
Chris, you're on mute.
I would like. Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
would
fine.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would like to you the shield protect your friends. You desire protection of this one. Okay, so I'm gonna stand in.
And we've lost Chris again.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to type, I think.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. We seem to have lost you again. You seem to be having quite a bit of difficulty with your connection up there, the other end of the town.
I'm back.
Okay, Ben, can Chris hear us? Because we can't hear him anymore.
Yeah, I think he's typing again.
Okay.
Chris, can you hear them? He's got his headphones on, he can't hear me.
And
You're
we're
breaking up
starting
as
to
well.
lose you as well. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Can't really do anything about. Oh shit.
Well, you seem okay for now, but it was
Yeah.
breaking.
I'm gonna
slightly.
switch to my mobile data. That might help.
Okay, give it a try.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I can't give you the code to get into my studio up there, which has the better broadband connection. But
Is that Chris is saying the internet's dropped out, which is
the internet's
inconvenient.
dropped out. Way, that's great, isn't it?
Oh.
Okay. I tell you what, get Chris to tell
Yeah.
you what he would like to do. You tell me.
What do you want to do? He wants to do a blockade in front of Aaron.
In front of Aaron, right? Okay, so he's going to wedge himself into the doorway and form a blockade. Actually, you're trying to get in there, so I'm going to say you managed to get past before he blocks the door.
I'll
That's
just move myself.
his action for the round. So Marie, it's Dr. Gail Aston, rather. What would she like to do?
Well, wouldn't it take both me and
Hello,
Dr.
I'm back.
Lockhart to work on the patient for the moment? Or
Well, you don't need work on him at the moment. It'd be ideal if somebody kept an eye on him, make sure he
right,
didn't
well, I'll
die.
leave Dr. Lockhart there.
Mhm.
I'm going to grab some scalpels.
Right.
Nice.
Even if they're used, it doesn't matter.
No.
I'm going to come out the room and see what all the commotion is, armed with a scalpel. in each hand.
Okay, you're armed with the scalpel. You will attack under your accuracy, brawling. If you do attack, the damage for the scalpel will be 1d6 plus 1. Just so that you know. So you can now move your... I'll move you out because some people are still struggling with those doors a little bit. So what you're going to find outside in the rest of the... I mean, you could see it through the glass partitions anyway. You can see this chaos is... the main door has been pounded on by something. There's a bit of a bottleneck down by the door to the autoclave room.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing at the moment. What would
Okay,
you like to do?
I'm going to yell at the nearest person, whoever this is here.
I didn't see who you pinged. The nearest person would be Sean, who seems to be missing in action, and the next person
Right,
would be
okay.
this oil worker here.
Yeah, that oil worker. I'll say to him, grab the bed, and I'll go over and we'll grab the bed.
Right.
Because
Okay.
these are heavy things. If you put
This
the brakes
one.
on, they're really heavy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll grab the bed, and we're going to ram it to tell everyone to get out of the way, and then just basically take ramming speed at the door.
The bat at the door's on the other side of the door.
Or the bat's on the other side. So in that case, we'll take the bed over and we'll reinforce the door by putting the
Somebody's already done that with the other
Already
bed.
done that, yeah.
bed. Fantastic. Okay.
A bat's coming in through this window, though.
Right.
That's actually broken through.
Right. Well, we've got a second bed that we can use to barricade that door.
Mhm. Like
So
here,
if we
yeah.
use that one.
Right, you've got a bit of a bottleneck there at the moment. You've got two people
Mhm.
struggling to get through that door at the same time.
Right.
You said that I could get past Chris before he blocked it. Am I
Yes.
okay to just move myself on the other side of the door?
Yes, you can now.
I can
Yes.
open it.
Yep, that's
If
fine.
I can. I can't open it.
You can't open it. Hold on. Just pop that there. I'll just hit open door. There you go. That's sorted.
No, I'm still sliding.
Okay, let me just move you
What
then.
it
against the
does
door.
to me.
There you go.
Never left them there.
There we go. That's done it.
Right,
Thank you.
brilliant. No problem. Okay, I might need to check the API scripts are running properly in a moment because it's not looking positive.
Chris
No,
typed-
sorry, that'll be because it's a glass door, so the API script's mistaken it for a window. I think that's the thing. Okay. Okay. Chris is in the process of switching to a different connection. So, next up is... Oh, I think you're up, Ben, if you'd like to try and get out that
Yes.
window. There is a fucking
Right.
great bat in the way, but apart from that...
Picture this. Picture this. The
Yep.
bat's coming through the window. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to kill everyone.
Yep.
And then I stand, face it, fury in my eyes, and I run, and I jump,
Oh my
dolphin
God.
dive into, past the bat, forward roll, sprint away with the flare in hand. That's what my plan is.
Okay,
That's what I'll be doing in my mind. Maybe
Oh.
my body
okay,
won't follow, but my mind will.
okay. This is a fantastic piece of action. This is a fantastic action sequence. So I am going to allow you to try it. However, it's a narrow window. You're trying to jump out without just bouncing off the bat. So it's not going to be easy to fit both you and the bat through the window, it coming in, you going out. So I'm going to have to set quite a high target number. However, good luck. Go ahead and make a
Thank you.
dexterity acrobatics roll. Target number
this
is
isn't good.
17.
Got 1 dexterity.
Well,
He rolls a
17.
triple six.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or if I roll a triple 6, come on. Oh,
Ah,
no, so
so-
ah,
Okay, so you attempt to jump through the window at the same time as the bat is climbing in through the window. What essentially happens is the pair of you headbutt one another instead. Thunk. So go ahead and do 1d6 plus your 1d3 plus your strength damage to the bat.
What is happening to my strength is... I don't know, because I won't scroll down that far. My character sheet's weird. It's not scaling at all. So
You
I
may have to
Okay,
close it
clo-
and reopen it.
Yes, close the
Yeah.
character sheet, then reopen it, and that'll fix the problem.
Okay.
I said that with
correct
far more
picture.
confidence than I actually feel, but go ahead.
My strength is 3.
Okay, same as the
Okay.
bats. That's
Slash R, 1d3, 3d3. 3d3 plus 3. 9.
no. 1d3 plus 3.
Oh,
It's all right. I'll pick the first of the three-sided dice that you rolled. So that's a 3 plus your 3 is 6.
6.
That's 6 points of damage to the combat as you headbutt it on the way attempting to get through. The combat's armor doesn't have any. Combat's toughness is 3. So you've headbutted it for 3 points of damage. There's a sort of clunk sound as you and the combat headbutt one another.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Yeah.
If I've headbutted it, was the bat on the... Which side of the window was the bat on? Because if it was on the outside and I've headbutted it, wouldn't I, slide down outside?
No, it was already working its way through trying to get
Climbing in,
it at Aaron before.
Oh,
So let's
damn
just
shit.
find out how much damage you took from the cranial collision. You took 4 points of damage. Remember to reduce
Minimum
that by
amount,
your
okay.
toughness.
And helmet.
And
we-
helmet,
oh.
yes.
Oh, then I don't take any damage.
Brilliant, right. So there's a head-to-head, literally, collision. And you both wind up inside. So you didn't manage to get out the door. The bat's in there, but kind of looking around like, what just happened there?
a bit dizzy.
A little bit dizzy, yes. So it will
I
be.
doubt
I
it's ever
think
been headbutted before.
I very much doubt anything's ever headbutted before. Be like that mouse that my cat once brought in alive and put it down in the middle of the kitchen. Instead of running away, the mouse got on its back legs and punched the cat in the nose,
That's amazing.
and then ran out the cat flap and got away.
That's one tough mouse.
Aye. The cat was just kind of stunned, just stood there looking like, what exactly just happened there? Fast forward 6 weeks later, exactly the same thing happened again. So we're pretty convinced she'd actually caught the same mouse. And the mouse had thought, well, this worked the last time, let's give it another go.
Oh,
And it did, it got away the second time as well.
oh, bless.
Okay, so the combat to go. It is now going to try and kill the thing that just headbutted it. So it is going to lunge forward with a bite towards Greg. 14, is that a hit? Does 14 hit you, Ben?
He's muted.
Ben, you muted your clip.
Chris isn't anymore.
Right, Ben, did 14 hit you? If it did, you take 7 points of damage.
Went to the toilet.
What?
Ben,
Chris just said something.
he
and
said
then
he's
went
go.
on
He said went. Ah, Right. I thought he said he was going to the toilet, but I think he might be trying to tell us that Ben's gone to the
Ben's
toilet.
gone.
It
Right,
did hit
okay.
him.
It did hit him, right? You are. I'm gonna do the damage for him. Oh, except I've just done that as if he wasn't 3 points of toughness. So let me just add his toughness back on. There we go. Oh, that didn't. I don't think that did add on. Okay, let me just. There you go. No, actually, hold on. What was he on originally? 21. 7 points of damage. Fuck it. That's 4. So, yeah, he should be on 17 now. That was right, that last one. Right. Okay, so he's quite badly injured as this thing bites him in the, like the jaw. It's biting him. Currently, it's getting a large amount of beard, but little bits of flesh as well as it's biting into his jaw. He's screaming in pain and terror. And Erin, it's your go. What would you like to do once your friend has been eaten alive by a
God.
giant bat-like creature from the universe?
Sorry, I just realised I was muted.
Right, so
Did tell
you took
were muted.
you took 7 points of damage. I have adjusted your health appropriately. I believe you had 3 points of toughness to take off the damage. Yes.
Yes, and I don't know if you're including that point of for the suit.
Go on. I'll let you have that.
The
Put
weather
put a health point back on, so you should be at 18.
Yeah, I did. I did go to the toilet. I was hoping I could make it back, but I think
No,
someone
that's
else finished their goal a lot quicker than I thought they would.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's
Don't worry
fine.
about it. Okay, so the creature's lunged forward, bitten you in the face. Its jaws are clenched onto your chin. It's getting mouthfuls of beard, which is probably the only thing that's saving you losing your lower mandible to it. But you're in a lot of pain, and it's excruciating, and it's quite dangerous. That's a lot
my
of damage. you're
chiseled
taking.
jawline.
Yep. So, Erin, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to be like, what the fuck's he doing? Can I try and... He's in the way, though. Can I push past him to try and drag him out?
Yes, you can. Go
Let me
ahead.
do my plan. I'm going for the window.
Yeah, well, I don't know this plan, though. And
No,
I'm
he
like,
did.
what
He
the
did.
fuck are
He
you
did
doing?
announce it loudly earlier, so I'm going to say it.
Erin, would you like
To
me
be
to
fair,
go?
I was being a
Would you like me to
tough
get into one knee so you can jump over me and plunge it?
Well, if he look, I mean, yeah, he could do. He looks and sounds like he's badly injured, though. So
Yes.
I'm fine. It's fine. Just lock the door.
I'm not gonna do that.
Let me be the hero in my own story.
Nope, I'm gonna try and drag him. I mean, he can resist if he wants.
I would
but
be resisting because I am dead set on leading these
I'll
things
be like,
away.
Jenni,
Like honestly.
Right.
Get
Okay.
out.
Shush, Ben, while I hear what Jenny's trying to do. I can't listen to both of you
Sorry.
at once. I know that you're going to try and resist. I don't need a running commentary about that just at the moment. I'll come back to you when I'm telling you what you need to do to resist it. Jenny, how are you going to go about this?
Right. Well, if Chris' character will let me get past, I'll try and drag him back, and I'll say, "Look, we need to figure something else out. You're really badly hurt."
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're clambering over Chris's character and grabbing Ben's character. Ben, if you're resisting, which you said you were, you can change your mind, obviously, but I believe you are.
Strength might.
Yes, that's right. Strength might tests the pair of you. Whoever scores the highest gets to dictate what happens next.
Really? Do I not have a power? Come on.
I mean,
So, Erin wins.
Wait, I might have a talent.
You
I don't have a
can
talent.
sacrifice a thingy point,
Conviction point.
conviction point, to roll again if you'd like to.
Yes.
Okay. Take
God, really?
do bear in mind you only have the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dead set on doing this.
Okay, go for
Well,
it. Take the
I've-
go on.
Just to note, I've got 3. So what if happened
Is this
if
gonna
I
be like
used-
this kind of fight?
I won't though. I'm not going to use it on that if he really wants to go.
There we go.
Okay, so you've got 4 stun points as well. What would you like to do with your 4 stun points?
Oh, I get stun points, yeah.
So Erin grabs you, tries to hold you back. You pull yourself out of her grip. You can use combat or any other stunt.
Use combat on her. Unless...
You will not use combat on me.
It's not.
Punch her in the face. Get off me.
It's like herding cats. This game, Jesus wept. Right, so.
Do you know what though? It's modelling the kind of panic people would have quite well.
Oh, actually, that is a very good point. It is, yes. So, basic melee stunts, chase stunts I will allow, even though this is not technically a stunt. Sorry, say that again?
Can I disarm the bat?
No, because it's weapons. Its weapons are built into it, unfortunately, so no.
Knock its teeth out.
You can take a look at the grappling stunts if you want. I'll allow that.
I would.
Hinder.
Can I make a suggestion, Vic?
Yes, do go ahead.
What?
There's a grapple called Hinder.
That reminds me, actually. I actually have a grappling hook. Could I fire it and try and...
No, you've used your actions. Marie, what were you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, the autoclave gets to incredibly hot temperatures and sterilizes things with steam.
Yes, it does.
You are right next to it, trying to stuff the bat in it, then turn it on.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Could I use my strength might to pick up the bat and dump it in the autoclave? That'll give me the best shot at doing it.
You can, but you can't do that till your next action comes round. But that can be your... yes, you can do that.
So if I use exploration stunts...
Actually, sorry, go on. Yeah.
I was thinking, could I use... Which one is it? Could I use all 4 points for a stitch in time to give me +4, and then add that +4 onto putting the bat in the steamer?
Yes, you can.
And then I'll do that.
Okay, so you use a stitch in time. You're going to get +4 to your next action. Your next action is going to be to attempt to stuff the bat into the autoclave. That will happen when your next action comes round. Currently, it is the other combat to go. It needs a 21 to smash its way through this door. It has rolled 16, so the door's just resistant. Clang, 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 clang. It's really designed to survive quite a lot of punishment, this door. Anthony Burr, what would you like to do next?
I'm seeing what Greg Bishop is doing and I'm assisting. So my full strength and everything is to help with this.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move you in next to Greg.
Okay.
I will need a brawling attack from you.
The door closed.
It's alright, I'll fix it. Just stop. Resist. Right, I'm trying...
Stop resisting. You can hear his sanity breaking.
You really can, yeah. It's like talking to myself half the time because he cannot hear us because his connection keeps dropping out.
No, it's not that. I just remember you saying, "Oh, move your own characters," but
yeah, but I wasn't aware you were going to be able to get through the door. So, but you've managed, so that's okay. So, just give me that attack roll, please.
is that just?
It was brawling if you have it, Chris.
Yes, sorry.
Might.
Yeah, that's not going to be useful at the moment. We haven't got to that stage. You currently have to get a hold of it to be able to help him with it. And you've failed to grab it, so you're not going to be able to add your strength might to Ben's when the time comes. Is Sean back yet? Sean, are you back yet?
He's just now joined.
For my main action, I'll do the quick reflexes to be ready next time.
Sorry, your minor action was to move in.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Sean, we need you to roll your initiative so I can add you to this initiative tracker, please.
2 ticks.
No problem.
Where we at? Where's the character sheet gone? It was there. A bit of an internet hiccup there.
There's a
Everything
lot of
died
that
on
about today because Ben and Chris are having the same problem. And they're at the other end of the town from you, so...
No, computer reset itself.
Ah, right.
Oh. Different
Not-
kind of issue then.
Not connectivity-wise.
Right,
It's just,
okay.
it's just come. I've just got it back up to running again. Right, initiative. Where am I? I'm there. Highlight me over there.
I think it's the
So I
one.
don't know anything of what's actually happened between then and now.
Okay, so basically there's a massive scuffle happening over by the autoclave room. Erin's come dashing out saying there's a bat in there. Greg and
That's
Anthony have gone
bad.
bursting in. One of the doctors has come out and got one of the oil workers to help her turn the second gurney into a battering ram if it's going to be needed. Greg has head-butted the combat that's coming through the door chasing Erin. Accidentally, he was actually trying to jump out the window at the same time it jumped in and just head-butted one another. Unfortunately for the combat, it wasn't wearing a hard hat, and Greg was. So it came off worst.
Okay.
Okay, so your initiative is 9. Let me just move you up to...
Oh, and we're currently trying to stuff the bat in the enclave.
Autoclave.
Or however you say it.
Autoclave.
Autoclave. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Aston, what are you doing?
Can there's not really much I can do, to be honest. I'm going to start looking through these medical supplies here,
Yes,
because I'm going to presume these are medical supplies,
they are, yes.
for the kind of medical implements that you use to do things like amputations, that kind of thing. You know, massive
Ouch.
bone saws,
Yeah.
massive knives and scalpels, because they may well have them, because some accidents on oil rigs are quite severe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm looking for, because those will make better weapons.
Yeah,
than these
absolutely.
Scalpels.
No, I agree. Okay, so I'm going to say that you've managed to find one of the bigger things. So this damage does 1d6 plus 2 plus your strength.
Right.
Okay.
Because they're not really for me.
Aye.
I'm going to pass them on to the anybody near me. Anybody near me who's looking for a weapon.
I go on. This oil worker will take one. He's sick of watching other people get jammed in doorways. He's going to take a big, spiky, medical hacky thing. That's a technical term for anyone who's unfamiliar.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to look for reagents, things to see if there's anything I could make up into an acid.
Okay, give me a intelligence medical test, please.
Or explosive.
Or chemical intelligence chemistry test. I think would probably be
I've
best.
got computers, research, and medicine that I don't have chemistry.
Okay, just intelligence. Well, then we'll be fine.
Hey, nice.
Although would the medical side of things not
Pretty
provide
damn
it for
good.
you?
It might. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
with a roll
matter.
like that.
I just rolled a 19 with 6 stunt points.
Okay, what would you like to use the stunt points for?
Is it the explorations table, or is it?
That's a good question. Yes, explorations I think we'll use for this.
Slay the crowd. Yeah, oh, sorry, wrong one.
Pay dirt?
Okay, do you want to read that out?
Pay dirt. In the course of your endeavour, you win a bet, happen across a conveniently abandoned briefcase of cash, or discover something valuable you can pawn off to make a buck. Temporarily gain +1 resources per SP spent. This increases and lasts until you fail a resources test.
Okay, what I'm going to say then...
Because what I'm going to say is, I'm
Okay,
going to
go on.
ask if I can use that for weapons, reagents, anything like that.
Yes. Under the current circumstances, what's most valuable to you is something you can make a weapon out of. I'm going to say you've found enough reagents to make what is essentially the same as a Fantasy Age acid grenade. So
Nice.
when you deploy it, anything within 2 meters will take 2d6 damage.
Excellent.
Sick.
And by deploy it, I mean chuck it or something.
So all they see is me coming out handing some massive spiky medical implement to an oil rig worker and then mixing potions like a mad scientist.
Yes. That's exactly
Great.
what they see. Meanwhile, speaking of
Living
mad...
down to type.
Yes, exactly. Meanwhile, speaking of madness, Greg, you were going to attempt to wrestle the giant bat into the autoclave, I believe. And you've
Yep.
got +4 because of last round's stunts. So do go ahead.
I do.
Should
So,
warn you all that the complications pool has already risen to 13.
Ooh, good. I need to get that a bit high, so I need double sixes at least.
Why do you love that so much?
He does, doesn't he?
I just love the chaos.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Alright,
so
Loki.
strength might, is that what we want?
Well, first of all, you need to make a hit. So if you could get a fighting or brawling roll against it, please.
Fighting. For fuck's sake.
Is that not actually something under the rules, Brian?
No, but I usually do house rule it that a 111 can cause unfortunate things to occur. So on this occasion, I'm going to say that as Chris has come in and Anthony's come in and attempted to help you, you've both sort of grabbed for this bat, which is slipping and sliding around the place. Right, so
Good job it's not at 30, because this would be where you both fall into the thing.
it would.
The bat locks it and accidentally clicks on the button.
He generates chaos, doesn't he? So-
Okay,
Do
so
not
Ben,
give him ideas.
absolutely. Ben, because you've rolled the 111, I know you're not actually attacking with a fire extinguisher this time, but I'm going to say that's your fire extinguisher dry.
Okay, that's fine.
As you've attempted to attack this thing, you've kind of accidentally discharged it into the floor and just and peters out. So that's the only negative thing that's happened as a result of your failed attack roll there.
Did that use my +4 as well?
Yes, you got +4, didn't you?
I was gonna say, can I actually just save that until I actually hit it?
Nope. It did say your next
Damn.
attack. And you used your one and only conviction point last round, so you don't have a conviction point to force a reroll. Do you have any special talents that might help with fighting or brawling?
Not with fighting, no.
Okay. Sorry, you're out. It is a bit of a
well-
shame 'cause it's a cracking move. Yeah, go ahead.
I could use the maker talent to make you let me do this.
Genuinely not how that works. Okay. So, Jeremy, you to go next. What would you like to do?
Right, way back when, before all this kicked off, one of the questions I asked is there anything in here which we could make weapons out of?
Mhm.
Chemicals, steel bars, pieces of metal tubing out of beds, etc.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Marie's character's doing down at the other end. Up at this end, you have actually probably got the surgical implements in this little room because they did use it as a surgery. So I'm going to say you can grab a surgical knife off there if you would like to as well.
Yeah.
Other weaponry that might be found at this end of the room. Just having a look.
Anything in this desk?
Stapler.
Yeah, it could actually staple its eyes closed.
You could try. So I'm going to say you managed to grab one of the surgical instruments, which will do D6 plus perception damage. You will attack with accuracy. Sorry, D6 plus strength damage. You'll attack with accuracy because it's a light weapon.
Okay.
So that's your major action to search and grab that. You still have a minor action if you'd like to use it.
Well, I'm going to move over to the towards the toilet door.
Okay, go ahead and move over there. Meanwhile, it's one of the combats. Let's just see which one. Oh, it's the one that's down here trying to kill
It's attacking
Ben's
Chris.
character.
I think it's attacking Chris this time. I'm pretty sure you actually said it's only gonna go for Chris.
I genuinely didn't, but I tell you what, I'm going to be generous to you and less generous to
It's
Chris. Sorry? And this round it will attack Chris because he did reach for it as well. So what I'll do is I'll alternate from now on. One round it'll attack Chris, one round it'll attack Ben, then backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Unless something happens which would change that pattern. So it's going to attempt to bite your character, Chris. So Anthony, what's his defense?
It's 11.
11, so it's bitten him. It's got 3 points of stunts. I'm just going to check
Remember,
out.
I did. Oh wait, I didn't because I didn't have a turn left. Go on, sorry.
It's going to momentum gain is what it's going to do.
What does
So
that do?
it increases its initiative. So I'll deal with that in a
Oh.
moment. Its initiative's going to actually. I'll deal with that now. Why not? So 9, 10, and
Oh, no, it's
12.
going to go before us now.
Yep. So I will now move that. Well, I'll reorder them once we get to the end. So it's also hit you, Chris. So it's bitten you in the arm. So your your protective clothing of +1 will still be effective. So the bite is. Sorry, I rolled an attack there instead of damage.
I was going to say.
I know. I saw 16. I thought, how the fuck is it doing that? Right, 7 points of damage, Chris. So first of all, take 1 off for your protective armor.
I'm going to take 3 damage in total.
Okay, there you go. 3 damage to you. So you're bitten in the arm, screaming and bleeding.
One sec,
and-
Brian's back.
Oh, that Bryan. Sorry, yes. That confused me. Is he not early? Erin, to go next.
Right, well, seeing as that obviously, intent on fighting this fucking thing, I'm going to come in through the door, although you'll have to move me, but I want to get in this corner.
Okay, 2 seconds. I'm just moving this back down to you there manually, and I'll move you to there.
Yeah, like away from it though, like back a bit.
Well, you can move yourself from that point on. I got you through the door.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh god. Right. From here, I will try and use the fire extinguisher on the bat,
Okay.
and I'll be shouting at these two to stop being idiots.
Okay.
Get out the room.
Honestly, with 3 of you, you might be able to get this thing in that autoclave, and it will be nasty. But try hitting it with that fire extinguisher blast first. See what happens.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't really know
Pat
what.
it round the head with it, see if you can knock it unconscious.
Ooh, it's actually not too bad for once.
Sorry, I'm just deleting that door, which keeps getting in our way. There we go. What did you get? 14 and 4 stun points. That's not bad. Go on, 14 I think is a hit. So I think its defense is 13.
Because could the force of it maybe push it closer to the autoclave?
Only if you use your skirmish stunts for that, yes?
Yeah, because it would be combat.
Yes, it would. Okay, and its defense is 13, so you did hit it, even without the +2 bonus you would have got for outnumbering it.
Okay. Oh, mind you, I can knock it prone.
You can knock it prone.
Yeah, what I'll do is I will skirmish it much closer, like onto the autoclave, and also knock it prone at the same time.
Okay, so you spray it in the face with the fire extinguisher. It's kind of thrashing about, trying to bring its wings up to cover its eyes. It's staggering backwards. It trips and lands in the open door to the autoclave. So that's it, guys. You've got it in the autoclave, which is what you wanted in the first place, and it's kind of tangled up in itself. So now the trick is going to be to kill it before it can get out of there.
Yeah.
Slam the door and turn it on.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's gonna stink,
Oh,
isn't it? If
like,
it starts
Volt
getting
starting,
like.
so-
So it is the combat to go next, but I think it's the other one. It is the other one.
Steamed combat would be.
The one still. Is he still banging on the doors?
He's still banging on the doors. He hasn't been smart enough to come and have a look round the corner yet. Not the smartest of combats. This is very definitely the Boris Johnson of combats.
Oi.
That's a hair. No, it's not. It needs 21, not 12. Sorry, that was my my mind going a little bit wonky. I saw the digits and transposed them in my head. So I apologise. That hasn't got through the door. That is just 2 seconds. Just want to check something. 20.
Yeah, because we'd have to get 666, wouldn't it?
I think it will actually. Yeah, 2 and 6,
Yeah.
and then yes, it will absolutely.
Three.
Okay, so it would be Marie to go next.
I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, you can hold your action. Yell out any time this round if you want to take it at that point.
Actually, is there anybody between me and the combat trying to break through the door? Are they
No,
all
not at the
in
moment.
that room?
They're
Right.
all
In
in.
that case, I'm going to do something extremely risky, and I'm going to chuck the acid bomb at the one trying to break through the door.
You're going to try and. Sorry, just say that again?
Chuck the acid bomb at the one coming through the door.
It's not coming through the door. It's had no success getting through the door.
Right. So it's not being able to breach it or anything.
No.
No.
No. In that case, I'm holding my action.
Right,
Mm.
okay. Okay, so Anthony Burr up next then.
And was there did you say they found weapons that I could use?
What do you need weapons for?
I was just
In the
wondering.
autoclave, all you need to do is slam the door and turn it on.
Oh,
Yeah,
no one's done that yet. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, the back goes next, so you should probably.
I will try that then.
Okay. You are slamming the door, which the creature's going to try and keep open. So let's have a strength might test against it, please. You got quite a good roll there. So let me just try this. Shit.
I'd be surprised if it got through.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're
he got a
trying to
6 as
close
well?
close the door. Yeah, he got a 6, but he hasn't generated stun points, so the 6 doesn't count.
No,
so
for the complications pool.
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You only put the 6 in if stunt points were generated and the
Yeah.
stunt dice is a 6. It's not just every time a 6 is rolled, it's only when
Oh, sorry.
there is 6 points of stunts generated. Okay, so you push the door shut. The combat tries to put its bottom legs up to push them away. You force the door closed. It tries to force it open. You just keep pushing and pushing. It's pushing back, and eventually you slam the door on it, and you hear clink as it locks into position. A little button blinks on to say ready to activate.
This is going to be nasty.
That was your major action. What would you like to do as your minor action?
I'm pressing
the
the
on
freeze button.
Okay, you hit the autoclave. It suddenly spins up. There's superheated steam all over the inside in an attempt to cleanse what it assumes is some kind of instrument in there. The combat shrieks in agony as the steam starts flensing the flesh from it. Would you like to roll the damage? It will be 3D. It will not. It will be 4d6. Sorry, go ahead.
Steamed bat. I bet that smells lovely.
Well, that's D4, sorry.
Yep, that
That
was a
was D4.
D4, so you want to re-roll that with the right dice, that's fine.
Ow.
You only got 1 point of damage more, mind, but never mind. Still 11 points of damage, so the bat's thrashing about in there, still alive at the moment.
Do you want to know something?
Very,
Do
very
you want to know
badly injured.
something really nasty about steam?
Go on then.
So with fire, third degree burns obviously burns the nerve endings.
Yep.
Steam burns don't actually ever destroy nerves.
Well,
So
yeah.
from the
Well,
moment you're alive to the moment you die, you feel everything. While with fire, if your nerves
Yep.
burn, at least you stop feeling that. So this bat's gonna have a horrible death.
It is going to have a fairly unpleasant death unless it can smash its way out
I
of
do
here.
kind of feel sorry for it.
when it's done that, I have noticed that it's probably making noise, which is going to increase the other combats in the areas, like being able to hear it.
Yeah. Well, it's the combat's go, so it's now going to try and smash its way out of the autoclave. That's easier than getting through the main door, but still difficult. So its target number is 15. Let's have a look and see if it can get out of the autoclave. 14, look at that.
Whoa.
So its legs are hammering on the autoclave. You can see the glass starts to crack. But it holds.
Get out of that room, guys, because if it breaks it, superheated steam
Yeah.
will come pouring out, so get out of the room.
Yeah.
Greg, you to go next. What would you like to do?
I kind of want to continue my plan from before, to be honest, because
Can
we've
if you
still
want.
got one at the front door.
There's
Yeah, I'm
absolute-
gonna.
You're
I
gonna?
want to.
Okay.
I'm going to. I want to. I'll light that flare, roll out the window, and I'll lead them off to a safe place. Well,
Probably
safe
would
place
light
for
the
me.
flare after you get out.
That's a very good point. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Will they
When
not just be
when you're a
pulled?
good enough distance away from us, so it can see you at least.
Yeah, I'll be making myself as noticeable as possible, and I'll go to somewhere where I'm not gonna be ate by bats.
It's just so they didn't see where you came from. That's all.
Okay, so you clamber out the window. You head down the gangplank a little way, and then you activate the flare. You can see bats on top of other buildings or attacking other buildings. Suddenly look round at the flash of light, and all take off and head in. Not all. It's not the entire swarm, but several of them are coming after you, and you just run, clang, 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 clang down the metal things. Your boots hammering on the metal walkway, now a runway, I suppose, as you sprint away, chanting some kind of military-esque cadence as you run and flash the red flare to try and attract the bats and draw them away from the people you are probably sacrificing your life to save. But we'll see. You might not. You might survive this.
How heroic.
Did you?
I want you guys to sing songs about me when this is over.
Okay, so I'm just going to remove you from.
Character was as stupid as can be.
Okay, that's a touch unfair but accurate.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chim. But we're all still living, so frankly, that's good.
Okay, so GM's there for that character, and we'll come back to you eventually. And it is Erin to go next. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shout out, what's his name, Anthony,
Yeah.
to get out of the room because I can see the glass breaking,
Yeah.
and I will get out of the room. Ooh, I can get through the door.
Okay, you dash out of the room as quickly as possible in the hopes that you'll not be in there when the autoclave fractures. The combat at the door is still trying to smash the damn door in.
Oh, it's not come after me.
Damn. Actually, no. Okay, we'll say that's one of the ones that's gone after. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Let's say it has. It's going to leave and go after. He is making quite a lot of noise. It's going to go for him.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make myself as noticeable as possible.
Okay, so I'm going to put that combat on the Games Master's lair to get it out of the way. And that's now out of action as well. I'll take it off this.
Sean was
Dice
asking when his turn was.
His turn is next, actually, after Marie. So it's Marie next, then it's Sean.
No.
You're
missed his
Anthony
turn.
Burr, aren't you? No, you're not, are you? You're Jeremy Halford. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris
Right,
has been putting pictures of really cute bats in the chat just to make us feel bad about
It was
murdering
his
this
turn
one
before Erin.
horribly.
Okay, go ahead and take it now.
But
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry.
there's not a lot I can do at this point. I don't think. The only thing I was going to suggest is we get a bed ready to put up against this door
Yeah,
Which
down
door?
here. This door.
Can't see you pinging.
he's pinging the
Right,
glass
alright,
door to
yeah,
the
yeah.
autoclave room. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can give this oil worker a hand
that
with
guy
that if you
too.
want to. This other oil worker will also come over and help with that. So there's
Right.
the three of you.
So when he comes out,
Yeah.
shut the door and we can sort of like pseudo barricade that up with
hmm
somehow. I don't know. Do the wheels lock in place? Is there like a kick pedal thing,
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
kick pedal to engage the
lever or what?
lock.
I think they're levers, aren't they now these days at hand height where you would push the bed.
The most modern ones are, but I would imagine the oil rig's still got some of the older generation ones. So
Yeah, right.
either way, it's got
Yeah.
a brake on it that you can easily take off. So your go will be coming round again in a minute because that was technically your previous go. So Anthony Burr to go next.
I'm going to leave the room.
Going to leave the room. Feel free to move yourself out. And the combat is going to try to get out, but not before it takes another 4d6 damage. If you'd like to roll that, Chris, since you were the one that engaged
Kill
the whooshy.
Ooh.
14 more damage. Ah, right, okay. So you hear the squealing and screaming of the combat suddenly die away. Well, not suddenly, but slowly die away to nothing as the combat is boiled alive inside the autoclave.
Oh, poor thing.
Poor thing, it's nearly killed two of you.
I know, but it's still a bat.
So it's now Jeremy again. So you guys can now block that doorway with the other bed, unless there's anything you want to do instead.
Brian,
Yes,
I'm no longer on the turn order. Just
that's
so you know.
correct, because you're no longer on this map.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
So, Sean, is that still what you're doing? You're still moving the bed
Yeah,
down?
still gonna roll that bed over there and
Wet dog.
lock off that door.
Okay. You lock off that door and seal the creature. Seal the room that the creatures could get into through the broken window. Or at least barricade its door. Seal's probably too strong a word.
Is this a window here or is it something else?
Yes, it is. It's a window.
Right. How much can be seen through that window? Because it's got these lockers and what have you in front of it.
Yeah, those windows are higher. Those lockers are underneath it.
Right. So if we're all up here,
Yeah.
past this point and away from that window over there,
Yeah.
looking up this way, you could only see into this little fraction of the room
Yes,
there if everybody's in this section
that's correct. Yes.
over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Just saying, if everybody wants to move over.
Okay, so that combat over there is done. So we're no longer in combat time. So you guys can move yourselves around and start discussing what you're going to do about getting out of here. I'm going to leave your mic open to the public. I'm going to go quickly to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment.
Can we
and then
heal
we'll
and
see.
stuff?
Yes, you can heal. You can do a short breathe. You can do a breather. Sean will explain how to do that, how many health to get back. I'll be back in a moment after I've been to the bathroom, and then we'll see if Ben got away or not.
Right. Where is it in here? Healing and recovery, right. Take a breather after combat encounter. This is a 5-minute rest that lets you catch your breath, tender minor cuts and abrasions, drink some water, and so on. After a breather, you get 5 plus your constitution plus your level in health.
That's after just a 5-minute rest. Not bad.
Yes, because it
Nice.
represents the recovery of fatigue.
Okay.
Well, I'm
8
back up to
points for me.
full then, which is
It's quite generous at low level
good.
It does sound quite generous, huh?
because it keeps you alive a little bit longer. Whereas once
Yeah.
you get to like level 10 or so, and say like in the
Yeah.
fantasy age, you had 100 health points.
It's not much.
It's
Yeah, it'll
20
be
points
5.
effectively. It's
Yeah,
5
yeah.
plus constitution. I would assume if you were a combat fighter and you had 100 health points, you would have 5 constitution, 5 of that,
Still a
and
50
you'd be level
health
10.
though, isn't it?
It's 20%, yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
but it readies you
Every
for
little
combat.
helps.
Yeah, it does. Tesco moment.
Oh God.
That's the
Yeah, but when we're playing the fantasy, I mean, my character's level 8 with 99 health points
Yeah.
Not quite in triple digits then.
and 10 armor points. So you got to do a lot of damage to hurt them.
Yeah.
You know, that was actually exactly like my Edric from The Expanse. I had I think I had either 11 or 12 armor points. I had crazy amounts. I built that thing like a tank. I built him like a tank.
No, but
I
you've
miss
got
Edric.
toughness in there. I'm not talking about toughness at all.
Oh,
There's-
you're not okay.
There's no toughness in fantasy.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
back.
We
No,
do.
that's right. There is no toughness in the fantasy game. Okay, so while you guys are discussing what your next move is and are spending a little time trying to get your breath back from all the action, Greg is running away, trying to attract as many of these creatures as possible. Greg, as you're running along the the walkway, you can see up ahead the set of stairs you want to try and use to get down onto the next platform. You've attracted... Roll a d6 for me, please.
Ooh. Okay. 1d6. Really?
Okay. In addition to the one from the base, you've attracted another one. So 2 are coming after you.
It's kind of disappointing, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, kind of is. I'm going to add your communications number to it. What's your communications?
Communication. 0.
Okay. So you're running away trying to attract the attention of as many of these creatures as you can. 2 of them have currently continued the attack of you, or the chase of you, whilst the others... excuse me. Whilst the others that were initially chasing you have been distracted because climbing all over the oil rig as well as the combats, you've also got men of war. And you can see that the combats are occasionally picking off men of war. So you'll see them swoop down and grab them. Sometimes you'll see the men of war get the better of them and wrap the combats in their coils and then vomit acid over them, causing them to dissolve. Here and there you can see men of war jumping back into the churning, boiling sea with combats trapped in their tendrils, drowning them. Elsewhere you can see combats will swoop in and just slice the top off one of the men of war. Whenever they get an opportunity, they'll land and pick up parts of the creatures to devour. Sometimes when they catch a full one and kill it, they'll take it off into the air and head off onto a high place to eat it. Utter chaos. These 2 species from the other verse appear to be fighting it out amongst themselves. You get the impression that both are high-order carnivores and both are trying to eat the other, essentially. However, you also would rather like them to not eat you, so you're trying to draw enough attention away from your... you can hardly call them friends, you've only known them for a couple of hours, but from your charges. So, it's going to be a chase, I think. So,
I take my job very seriously. The boss told me to keep them safe. I'm keeping them safe.
Absolutely, you did, yeah.
Is this the point where you play the Benny Hill music?
I better get.
Yakety sax,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
running. I'm gonna be running, getting chased by everything. Going, I better get employee of the month after this.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a dexterity acrobatics roll, please.
Dexterity. Oh, I got 11.
You got 11, and let
I
me
did get
just...
6 on the stunt dice. So
You did get 6 on the
that's
stunt dice, so
gonna be nice, at
6
least.
points go in your chase pool. What is your dexterity, by the way? Is it 1?
1, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say you started off with a 1-point lead. So your chase pool's currently up to 7. Let's see if they get to you before you get to safety. So, I don't know what I'm doing there. I mean to open this. So, combat, willpower, dexterity. Oh dear. Yeah, that's outstripped you considerably.
Oh god, they've got 3 dex to all they are. It makes sense, they fly.
Aye. Okay, so these things are coming at you from different directions, but they keep having to swerve off suddenly as men of war go past underneath and sort of flail at them with their the tendrils. These 2 combats have decided that you're a better bet for lunch than the men of war are, because they don't think you can fight back quite as dangerously. So they're coming after you.
I think a plan would be to maybe... I don't know how oil rigs are actually built out, but maybe if I go into the lower decks, because then if there's low ceilings, then at least they can't swoop down on me. They'd have to come from the side.
Yeah, they're kind of a series of platforms, but every platform will have some sort of gaps in it, like balconies that look down onto the next one.
Yeah.
But you will definitely increase your chances of them not just picking you off into the air if you head down a platform. So the stairs, let me see if you've reached the first set of stairs. No, you need to get your chase points to 10 to get there. So you're racing for the stairs with these things coming up behind you and above you. Make another deception,
Dexterity.
I nearly said there. Dexterity, thank you. Dexterity action. Whoa!
Run, boy, run.
Whoa.
Okay.
So So here's the thing. Ben's rolled a 111,
And a
Well, now
triple
roll the
six.
triple six.
and
Yeah,
he's rolled a 666 in the same session.
yeah. So Ben, you've got 6 points of chase stunts. What would you like to
I
use
most
them on?
certainly do. Okay. I'm open to recommendations.
While you're
On the
deciding, I'm going to have the combats roll their chase roll for this round.
You've got extra flares, remember? Can I give you like a couple?
You
can
did.
throw them at them.
Yeah.
He's wearing
Yeah.
flares.
If you can aim well enough, you can throw it at their like
Move.
eyes or something.
There's the stunts on here. Social stunts, grapple stunts, firearms,
The
explosive.
leader.
Chase stunts, 2 of them.
Could just put a lot of points into interference.
Which one's interference?
4 points.
Oh, right.
Or you could do burst of speed.
Well, yeah, I can just put all 6 into a burst of
Are you
speed.
trying
Yeah,
to run away from them? Or are you trying to just
yeah, I'm
distract
trying to get away from them now because the Yeah.
them? Burst the speed then, probably.
Okay, read out burst of speed.
you gain a +1 to your next chase test for every SP spent on your
When you added
like for every
6.
SP spent.
Nice one.
Yeah, and I'll do all 6. So we'll get
Okay,
+6.
so using 6 stunt points on a single stunt, we'll put another point in the complications pool. So you take off at high speed, weaving in and out as best you can. You even jump over the rails to land on one of the flights of stairs further down to put an extra bit of speed on the, an extra rush away from these creatures. And you now manage to get down the bottom of the stairs, so you're a platform down now. Excuse me. So go ahead and make your next test for the 3rd round. Okay.
That's not as good.
And add 6.
And add 6, yes. So, the 10 would have been a fail, but because you've got 6 to add from the stunts last round, that takes it up to a pass. So as you jump down the stairs, instead of turning your ankle and going flat, you kind of stumble slightly, but just push yourself off and keep running. You run underneath the above platform, so it's harder for these things to get you. They jump over the side and clang clang down onto this level as well. Looking around for you takes them a little bit of time, and you widen your lead. That takes you up to 16. So, let me just see how the combats did this round. Let's see how long it took them to notice which direction you'd gone in. Their chase
UK Ninja Warrior, yeah.
yes. Their chase test was a pass. They get to add 4. So they've seen the direction you've gone in, and they take off and come in. They're off the ground. They're in the air, but because you're a platform down, they can't get very high up, so they're kind of zipping along behind you.
We didn't make a rendezvous point, did we?
You did say you were going to, so I'm going to say that you will have told one of the oil workers where you were going, and so they know where that is. Okay. So everybody else, while he's trying to get away from these things, well, actually, that's only... Yeah, this is his 3rd round, so that's about your... breather
5 minutes.
done. What would you like to do now?
Weather check.
Yeah, we'll need to see if the storm's getting worse or calming down.
It's
or
pretty
what.
violent, the storm. Yeah.
God, right. So it's worse then, or is it the same than it was before?
It's about the same, we'll see.
Okay, crap.
I did attempt to go out before, remember, and it failed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so the one that was at the door's not there anymore.
No, it's gone after Greg.
Right. Is there a way we can sneak to wherever we need to sneak to and take the injured guy with us?
You can try. It's going to be very
You work
dangerous,
as
but
one.
staying here is not going to do... well, I don't know.
You all work as one and hold down the gurney.
Yeah. You can make a group...
He's gonna be like a kite out there, man.
We just need
Tie a rope to his leg.
Yeah,
we need a walking order.
You do need a walking order. If you can arrange yourself in a walking order, and we'll assume you're all kind of gripping Actually, that's the order you're in is only marginally necessary.
Okay.
So
Well, an oil worker's got to go first because they know the
Where's
way.
they know
the
the
Where's
way,
the
yes.
oil worker actually taking them?
I don't
Where did
know.
we decide?
Controls an option. No, that's a bit exposed actually. One of the pump rooms might be low enough down to be fairly safe.
Mm.
Fair.
Yeah, because we need to get further
Further
inside
in.
with two exposed. Yeah.
I will push because of my possible blockade stunt.
Okay.
If I get it, if I
Yeah.
roll it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to put the oil workers at the front, put the casualty in the centre. The rest of you can work yourselves around him, and then we'll know what your marching order or your running away order is going to be if you want to organise yourselves.
Well,
Thinking about the pump room, actually, it would be quite loud, so the
Yes.
bats wouldn't necessarily hear you, would they?
No, they wouldn't
Which
be
is
able to
kind
hear
of
you.
their main thing,
doc-
isn't it?
Somebody's gonna have to hold his drip, aren't they? As
Yes.
well?
yeah, that'll
yeah.
be me and Mark. I'll have to be the ones closest to that gurney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll move
Okay.
out of the way.
So if you want to
'cause
put the
I'll
medics
go
either
where-
side of the gurney and then assemble everybody else ready to make your run for it.
And we also could probably do with taking as many medical supplies as we can, possibly from
Yeah.
Loads
here.
of them will fit on the lower level of the bed.
There will, yes. Yeah.
Okay, as long as it wouldn't. Would it
Like
blow
a
off?
cover that we can put over. Like,
Well, you would get some bags. You put them in the bags and you tie the bags on down.
Right.
what about
okay.
the patient as well?
Yeah, but medical gurneys have got a section underneath for putting medical supplies on, so
Did they not have a
that
cupboard?
plus the
Perhaps.
depends on the model, but yeah, it could have.
Have we got something to cover the patient that's waterproof because it's pissing down with rain,
Nope.
isn't it?
You can pile some more blankets around them and hope that they don't blow away in the storm.
We're not got any waterproof rubber sheets in here.
Sadly, no.
I'll give him my jacket.
Okay, you give him.
No,
Wait a minute, are you not in a flight suit?
Yeah, we're in flight
Yeah.
suits.
Yeah, they're one piece.
Suit
So,
then, and
yeah.
Are there
Shows
not
that-
any bin
I'm gonna
bags
look
that
for
would?
Brian.
Sorry,
I'm
you
gonna
both
look
spoke at
for-
once. You're both extremely quiet. I didn't hear either one. Marie, could you try again?
Is that better?
Yes, much.
Right. I'm going to look for PPE, plastic aprons, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely find them in here.
Right, in that case, what I'm going to do is tape them together into
Okay.
some kind of makeshift waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea, yes. Go ahead, I'll allow that. Yeah. So you create them out of that. Jenny, what were you trying to say?
I was just suggesting if there would be like bin bags for the medical bins. or
Also a good idea, and yes, there would be some of those as well. So between the PPE and the bin bags, you've formed some waterproof coverings for him. You've even got a sort of plastic face shield you can put over his face to keep him from being lashed in the face by it. So if you finish positioning yourselves, because you've still got 3 characters entirely out of place there. One's Mark, so I'll just move him.
I'm just waiting for whatever side Marie wants to go on. Because Mark, they're wanting to be.
We're the opposite side.
Marie would be there then, wouldn't she? I guess I would.
I
be
think so,
here
yeah.
then.
Murray, could you move into the position?
Is that the
All right.
position you want me in, yeah?
Well, you're the one that said you wanted to be next to the gurney, so that's the position that's next to the gurney. So I'd imagine that's the position you're going for. Okay, so you guys are about to try and make it outside. Let's see if Ben's character has been caught and killed before you get outside. Go ahead and make another... You'll not get caught this round. Go ahead and make another dexterity acrobatics save, please, Ben.
Okay.
Oh,
that's not
Shit,
very
sorry.
good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good
that's
at
not very
all. That's a fail, so I'll take back what I just said. I think I might have jinxed you. Sorry about that.
They might catch up to me, yeah.
That deserves a reroll.
Unfortunately, he spent his only thingy point, so let me just give the creatures their roll. They just barely passed, but still a bare pass is better than a fail. So, as you go
Probably
hammering...
got caught by a gust of wind.
Yeah, as you go hammering up the thing, you run slam into one of the men of war, coming round the corner, like literally just wham into it. You knock it flying, and luckily for you, it just disappears over the side of the rail down onto the next one. It manages to lash the rail just as it tumbles to its death. But by then, you are off and running again. Unfortunately, that slowed you down significantly. And that would be everybody else. You're about to dash outside. You open the door, the storm comes lashing in, you start pushing outwards. The helicopter team has their visors down to try and keep this rain from lashing in our faces. The oil workers have their goggles on for the same reason. You're off and running, pushing the gurney. You're desperately trying not to attract the attention of either of the two monstrous groups out there. In the distance, you see a combat swoop down and grab a squealing man of war. As it does, two more men of war drop from the closest building on top of the combat. Their tentacles wrapping around its wings, rip one of its wings off, then the other one. The creature that it had attacked now vomits acid all over its face. Its face begins to melt as it squeals. Another combat sweeps in and slices through the front half of one of these creatures, taking the face of, if you could call it a face, of the man of war off completely. Whilst they're distracted trying to kill each other, you guys are all going to be giving me a dexterity stealth test, and I make it a team test.
Aha, here we go.
So anybody that scores stunt points will be able to boost somebody else's test if they got piss poor roll.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Like Dr. Gail Aston did, for example.
Right, I'm going to re-roll mine.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, not much better, but it's better than 10.
Yep, that one's a pass. I'm just going to roll a single test for the combats to see if you is spotted. 20. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Yeah, they.
We're
Jesus.
fucked, aren't we?
So unfortunately, as you guys come dashing out, the fight up ahead that you were hoping would distract all these predators hasn't entirely, and you will be only a short distance up the thing before the next combat spots you and comes off after you. So
Again, 10-6s.
you are now taking off at the highest speed you dare to with the injured man. So
To be fair, it's probably quite hard to be stealthy on these metal walkways with a gurney.
do you know? I
mean,
would think you're probably right. Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I know the wind will be loud and stuff, but Jesus.
Yeah.
What kind of role would include me getting the blockade stunt? Is it like anything, or
Well, what stunt table is blockade under?
I have no idea? I'll check.
Okay, so you guys take off at the highest speed you feel comfortable with. So you can. I'm wondering how to do this because normally you'd each make an individual chase test. However, you're all kind of stuck together as one gestalt mass because you're pushing
It's
the
on general combat.
Yes, general combat.
general combat.
So
Okay,
it's general combat.
so I am going to say I will just circulate round. Each round, a different one of you will make the chase test for your group. So, and I'm going to go clockwise from the front. So, Marie, would you like to make a dexterity acrobatics test, please? Or athletics test, whichever. Just forget what it's called. One or the other. 9. Okay, so your team hasn't managed to pull out many of the stops on this occasion, so you have to worry about the fact that this thing might catch you fairly quickly. Let's have a look.
Marie's not had the best rolls tonight.
No, you haven't, unfortunately.
except for
Okay.
when I found the stuff and I made the acid bomb.
Yeah,
Yes. So this creature is sweeping in towards you. You are currently still a few meters away from it. Anybody with a missile weapon could make an attack if they wanted to.
So if I don't know if I try throwing. See, I'm reluctant to try throwing the acid bomb because it's got an area effect,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
And I've had completely shit rolls.
You have, yeah, but
Which means you could get a good one next.
you must be about due a good one by now, surely. It's up to you.
Go on, guys. Should I do it?
Just go for it. I'll say
Yeah,
nice
I'm
job.
going for it.
Come on, everybody, get your fingers crossed for her.
So what?
So it's an accuracy test. Accuracy throwing weapons if you happen to have thrown
I
weapons.
don't have thrown weapons.
Didn't think you would as a
I'm
doctor.
a doctor, Jim. No.
Not a shot putter. Aye.
Yes.
Okay.
12. Okay then. So you hurl the thing at the thing. I think I'm right in saying you've missed it by 1 point there. 12 versus the combats.
12.
Defense of 13. Yep, you have.
Oh,
Unless anyone can argue me into a reason why she should get a +1
is
or
it
it should get a...
possible?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I would have. I don't think I gave my flair to Ben's character,
No, you didn't.
so I've still got it.
Yes, you
Could
have.
we sort of, if I threw flair at the sort of same time behind, so to try and distract the bat, would she have more chance of hitting it?
Okay, if you
what I
attack it
mean?
on the same round she attacks it, that's 2 people attacking 1 target. That means
Mhm.
it is outnumbered and both of you get +1 to hit.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead and make the attack. A +1 converts Marie's 12 to a 13, so that's a hit.
Well, I'll roll accuracy anyway. Ooh, I got a.
Right.
6 tons of points.
With 6 stun points, you launch your flare straight into the bat. Do 2d6 plus 2 damage, and as it's trying to swerve away from that, it runs smack into the acid grenade that Marie's thrown. Marie,
And that-
roll. I think I said 3d6 for that,
You
plus
said 4d6.
4d6.
Oh,
Yeah.
D6, yeah. That's
4d6.
6 off points off me,
Okay.
and then whatever Marie's rolled. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me just have a look at what the bat's toughness
23
is.
damage.
Toughness
That's
3,
good
so it only took 3 from the first hit.
Wouldn't acid
25.
keep hurting it as well?
It might. See how I feel. Figure out what you're doing with those 6 stunt points, by the way, Jenny.
All right, yeah.
More damage.
5, 6, 7, so
Probably.
14 damage more from the acid splash. Ouch.
Oof.
You could knock it prone.
Ooh. Right, well, I've got 6. Let's see.
So the acid hits it in the side of the face. It starts to burn down the side of its face. One of its ears is completely destroyed. You can see the acid burns into the side of its mouth, exposing the jaw, drains down its chest a little bit. The steam coming off where the flesh and fur is burning away from it. You've done it quite a nasty injury, but not enough to kill it.
Right.
The flare also hit it in the face, so it's kind of it's in limbo a little bit till we find out what those
Right.
6 stun points did.
I'm going to use 2 to do Vicious Blow, which is an extra 1d6.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, bollocks! For
Okay.
fuck's sake. I can't do... Can I do Lightning Attack? Because it
What?
says...
Do you have any more flares?
I have... I mean, would I have had more than 1 flare?
You might have, but it would be an action to prep the next one anyway, so a lightning attack's not really going to work, unfortunately.
Bollocks. Okay. I will use...
You could lob. Could you lob some of the stuff you grabbed from the medicine cabinet or whatever.
Well, she didn't
Oh,
read
like-
that. That's what she's just chucked.
I've got a fire
Okay.
extinguisher. Would I be able to use that to do the lightning attack?
I mean, you can, but the fire extinguishers really aren't doing much of these things.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll use knock prone.
Okay, yeah. So it
So
doesn't get a chase roll on you this round.
Skirmish.
Or next round.
What about
Okay.
keep it steady on the chase stunt? Do you have chase stunts?
You
It's
can
not a
use.
chase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? It's
Well, I
combat.
mean, yes, it is a chase, but
Combat
this was an attack made during the chase, so you should really
Yeah.
be using the combat stunts, I
How?
think.
Right. If I knock it prone, right?
Yes. Yes.
How near to the edge of the platform or whatever?
Oh shit.
Because I would quite like to skirmish it off the edge if I can.
How many skirmish points? How many stun points are you going to put into skirmish?
I can put up to 4 in.
Right, you won't need 4. Well, you can't, can you? Because
No.
you used
You did
some
extra
for
damage.
you
You only
did.
got 2.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yes, I've only got 2.
Yeah.
That would take it 4 meters or 4 yards, depending upon
Yeah.
4
So
squares.
you can't do. Yeah, you did the extra damage. How much did that cost?
That was
2 points, isn't it, for vicious?
2.
I've done 2 for knock prone, so that leaves me with 2 points in
Yes.
skirmish.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would knock it up to 4. Yeah, that would knock it over the side.
Yes.
Okay, so you're no longer being chased by that bat. So as you hit it with a flare, it goes tumbling arse over tit and starts to plummet off the side just as the acid grenade hits it full in the face, and it tumbles over the side and down. You've also knocked it prone, so I would say, given that it's more than a story's worth of buildings between the two heights, I would say it's going to be another 2d6 damage for it hitting the ground. Because it's spiraling downwards with a flare in its face, half its face burned off by acid. 10 more damage?
Yes.
Poof! It bursts when it hits
Oh.
just sprays bits of itself all over there. So between the
Nasty.
fall, the acid grenade, and the flare, those 3 things combined just killed it. It was exactly the amount of damage you needed to kill it.
Nice.
It's fresh as the moment when the combat went.
Okay, so Ben, over to you. Let's see if you can continue to outpace your pursuer. Go ahead and give me another perception, dexterity, not perception, I've
No.
done it again. Dexterity, athletics check, please. Ben. Oh, he's still at the bathroom, isn't he?
No, he's there. He's just looking at his phone.
All right.
What?
Okay.
No, I dropped out. My internet died for a second, so I went back to
Dexterity.
Wi-Fi. What's happening?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I literally dropped out as soon as it was my turn. You know, just kind of luck.
Yeah, typical.
Only a 10.
And that's a fail, so you don't get to increase your lead over these things this
Oh, I
round.
was going to ask you this.
Yes, go ahead.
Is it possible that just by dumb luck, I could actually run past the guys and draw their bats as well? Draw them away again?
No, I
mm,
wouldn't have said so.
yeah, I'm not convinced that you could, no.
Why would you double back on yourself?
Yeah.
Well, I'm running around the oil rig. Like, it's a giant circuit, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you could double back on yourself. You're another platform down now. But unfortunately, this round, definitely not. I'm going to say perhaps if you generate enough stunts, I might allow it in future. But this round,
Yeah,
you
okay.
have slipped on something wet and sticky, which appears
How
to be
close are they to me?
the remains of... Well, I haven't rolled their roll this round, so I'm about to find out. They were 5 meters behind you, but they might be gaining on you. Let's find out. So as you run, you lose your footing in the guts of one of the dead combats that's obviously been disemboweled by a man of war or several.
Oh, lovely.
Fortunately for you, the man of war are, yes, they're carnivorous, but they're also detrivores, so they've, they also rather carrion eaters, so they kill stuff and come back and eat it a day or two later. So they're not still hanging around here ready to rip you limb from limb. They've left it.
They're like their meat fermented a little.
Yes, exactly. So you've skidded in it. Let's find out if the combat's getting any closer or not before I answer
I
your
hope
question.
Because it was going so well.
It was going well, wasn't it? And 14 is Pat. Oh, God.
Are they on top of me now?
Yep, it's within striking distance, so I'm afraid we're going to have to go over to a combat. With a combat. So
Combat.
Yes.
And it's not, and it won't live forever, so it must be a mortal combat.
Oh,
So copy. It's actually 2 combats you're facing, isn't it? So actually, I've just copied the wrong damn thing. I think. Yes, I have. So it's copy you, and we'll take you over to.
We don't
Let
have
me
any
see
combat. Oh,
what would be an interesting map to kill you on. I think you might be all right here. I mean, we'll see.
maybe.
Hopefully.
You said that last time
I know.
in
The
Kirsten.
minute I said it, I thought I should shut up because the last time I said it, I jinxed him.
Black square.
And paste
God, just roll
you
it already.
onto
Stop,
that.
stop the suspense.
Well, I've got to get you on a map. Shush, stop whining.
You
I
know
do
what
this
it's
to
like.
Jenny all the time. So,
Uh-huh.
that token layer to there. So I'll drag everybody over. Oh, I did, so that you can all
Witness
witness
the demise of Ben's character.
the heroic fight that he puts up against the pursuing combats. I was going to say. Let me just open the combat over here because I need to drag it out. So there's 2 I said chasing you, didn't I?
You did. Only
And
2.
they're currently a meter away from you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think a meter's far too far away. You know, like, could you hit someone a meter away? I don't think so.
Yep, that's
Yes.
that's the standard engagement distance in fencing. You know, a meter.
I disagree.
I don't care if you
Frankly.
disagree. Been fencing 25 years. I think I know what I'm talking about.
You'd think that.
Also, I read the rules for this rule system, and I am aware that a meter distant
Yeah,
from you is within.
it's anything within 2 squares of
It
you.
is. Yep, absolutely.
2
So,
squares. Okay.
Ben, since you are in combat, you can roll. I'll just blank off this turn order. Remove all. Confirm.
God, my brain just stopped working there.
It's all right. Mine's been doing that on and off all day.
Just stop
Oh.
working.
All right, Sean.
That's why when people say, "Oh, it's almost as if," and you go, "Almost."
Yes. Okay. Initiative on that combat.
Oh, you only just beat me.
Sorry.
See,
The combat
only
still
just.
seems to be on the wrong layer. So token layer and.
It's like when
What-
somebody says, "Oh, we came in the top 7." You mean you were 7th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. You like you're picking yourself up there.
Okay, and this combat will initiative 12. Oh, look, so all of them are going to go before you. So as you're running,
10, 11,
you can
12.
start to feel the burn in your lungs of the effort of running halfway across the what's the name?
Oil rig.
Oil rig. Thank you. That's the name. You know what you were saying about your brain stopped working for a moment? I'm not sure mine's actually gotten up to speed yet at all. So the first of the combats is going to swoop in and try and take the top of your head off with its claws. Remember, your helmet will give you +1 armor against this attack. So let's
Lovely.
see if it hits.
If it
you
hits,
first. If it
which
hits.
it won't.
It
It's not
might
gonna
not.
hit me.
They're not great hits, to be honest.
No, it did. It hit me.
It did it. Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
not great at fighting, and it's got a +4.
Fucking hell! Is that max damage?
That's 9 damage from the first one. Yeah.
If it hadn't had a +4, then it would have missed you.
Yes, yeah. So it swoops in and slashes you across the head. You can feel the blood running down from the top of your scalp as the second combat swoops in for its attack.
At this point, you might want to try and get inside a building or something.
That was my plan. I was gonna ask
Oh.
what all these things are. But
Shit,
yes, that hits.
it's hit you again. So the second
Oh.
one, 9 points of damage.
That's a total of whatever, less your toughness, less your...
Less your helmet.
Oh, man.
Remember to apply your helmet
Well,
and your
I went
toughness.
from 18 health to 8, so
Shit.
I'm fine.
It's your
I'm
goal,
fine.
if that makes you feel any better.
Am I able to ask you what all of these things are? Because that will.
Yes,
will
you
matter
are.
to
Let
what I
me
wanna
just... So, what you've got here is... that thing you just pinged there is a very large container. You could probably jump onto that from here, which would break
into
your...
it.
Well, not into it, but if you jumped on it, it would break your fall. If you just jumped over the side to go down, you'd take
can have
damage.
them.
But if you jumped onto that, it would break your fall, and then you could jump off that
they're
safely.
all below me, right? Okay.
This is one of the building containers from on the level below. These are the steps down. This is a roll of piping cable. These are oil drums, empty. These are various empty containers.
You could try and hide.
What's that silver thing in the corner?
Sorry, that is a gear locker.
Could you
Yeah,
get
that-
inside the locker and hide? Like in Alien Isolation?
No, what you need is a cardboard box and go Metal Gear Solid style. Once you go
Where did
around
he
the
go?
corner. Yeah. Quick question
Yep.
for this.
Mhm.
Right. If he was to run full pelt
Yes.
at full speed,
We could reinitiate a chase and see if he can get away from it this time, yes.
that would be because you move triple your move distance.
Which is like,
Mhm.
what's
Which-
my move? 11.
It would get
so
it would
I'd
get
be
you
going
off this
33.
map and allow you to re-engage with a chase.
Mhm.
Do you want to do that? Take it. Combats are quite fast when they fly.
Relatively fast, but the way the chase rules work, obviously, is once you're in the chase, because there are other things like slippage and
Yeah, and obstacles in the way. They'll
obstacles.
probably have to weave around the terrain and what have you, and they won't be flying straight because it's not open.
that's right. So what happens
Yeah.
then is you go straight to dexterity tests, athletic tests, to give you an idea, because you've seen these things chasing you, so it would give you an idea of their dexterity. They have a dexterity of 3. So there would be 3d6 plus 3 on each chase test. I'm not sure what your dexterity is.
1.
Would the
Shit.
bats get a penalty for there being really strong winds?
That's actually quite a good point. I will start to apply a penalty to their rules, yes.
So from where I am now on the oil rig,
Yeah.
is there any places I know of where I could, like any buildings I could go inside of and hide?
Let me just check how far away you are from the... so, if you can get up to 20 chase points, you can make it into a safe... What you think will be a fairly safe building, yes.
It's a
You
little
can
way
make it
off,
into
but-
one of the... Well, you're on 16 at the moment.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Mm.
Well, I don't see any place to hide here that would protect me adequately from 2 bats, so I'll do that. I'll dash, reinitiate the chase, and try and get to that safe place.
Okay. You change your plan and start running towards the next closest accommodation block, which is this one down here. You're going to be going down these stairs underneath this and to there. That's where you're hoping to get into. Okay?
Okay.
So, give me a chase test. So that's dexterity, athletics again, please.
That's a pass, isn't it? A 12.
That is a pass, and
Oh, bloody hell.
you've added 6 to your chase, so you're in.
I think it would be.
So you wrench the doors open on one of the other accommodation blocks. Head in. Let's just see if the combats can catch you or not. They would need to get 5, 6.
Needs 6 points as well, wouldn't it?
They would need 6 points on their stunt dice. Otherwise, you've gotten in and closed the door and locked them out. So let's find out. Nice one.
Nah. Yeah.
Nice one. So you go dashing inside the accommodation block in these combats. You see them screeching down towards you, like arcing round through the air, being buffeted by the wind, as Jenny pointed out, and hurtling towards you. You slam the door and lock it, and run and hide in one of the pads. You can see two other oil workers are already hiding in there, going, "What the fuck is going on?" As you scoot in amongst them, and these combats bang bang on the ceiling. Meanwhile,
You say as you rush up to these two guys, it's totally bats out there.
meanwhile, back to everyone else who technically isn't on this map, but we'll use this because you've moved off.
Ran like a bat out of hell.
Okay, you guys have got two combats screeching down towards you. Go ahead and make a test for me, please, whoever this is that I'm pinging now.
That'd be Chris.
Chris, dexterity athletics test, please.
Dexterity, athletics.
666.
I pressed it.
It's alright, it'll just take a little while to come across. If you're having a bit trouble with the net up there, it can sometimes slow things down. If it doesn't come across in the next couple of seconds, I'll roll for
Just
you.
assume you got a 666, yeah?
Okay, it doesn't look like it's come across. Roll again.
No, it did come through. It said 11.
Okay.
I'm just
I don't
wondering,
see
would
it.
I have... Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And what's the number on the stunt dice, please?
5.
Okay, 11 is exactly the pass number for the chase. So you've managed to get 4 meters out ahead of the bats, but that's before they roll. So let's see how much of that they can close. Okay. Did anybody see that actually roll?
No.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, there we
yeah,
go.
2
Got
just
it.
came through.
Two came
That's
through. Did you
18
say?
with 6.
No,
Yeah,
one
that's-
came through.
Right, one came through. Right, okay.
Who
It
came
got
through
an
for me?
18 with 6. And
And then
Chris's
Chris's
just came
rolls
through
just
now.
turn up.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm mistaken the other one for the... Yeah, I'm being an idiot.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so unfortunately for you guys, the combats have caught up to you. So you guys are in combat with combats as well now. So they're on a 7. So what I'll have to do is copy you across to one of the other things. So let me just copy that and let me say that you're on the... This one should do nicely. Just outside the rec room. Just need to move you all down a bit, otherwise you've gone wanging through the wall, which is probably not exactly what we had in mind. And right, you guys are about there, trying to dash past the rec room as these things swoop in to attack you. Can you all see clearly there? Or not?
I can.
Just
Yeah.
about.
I'll do. Okay.
There's a red X underneath somebody for some reason.
Ah, that's
Okay,
because
Jen's
one of the dead slime molds seems to be coming around with you.
Below Jenny's character, there's a X as well, by the looks of it.
Let me just
I'm
move
saying
that
that's
out
the
of
one.
way.
Oh, it's a dead doctor.
Ah, yes, the dead doctor must have gotten
And then
picked
there
up
is
and all that.
actually the jelly mold on the right of the oil workers. That little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, and I will get rid of that. Delete that, move you back there, you back there, and add... How many combats were chasing you guys? Just the one, was it?
Just the nun, yeah.
Because you killed the other one, didn't you?
That's right,
I'm
that
back,
did.
by the way. What did I miss?
The combats have caught up to the party that's trying to run away. So,
Yeah.
or one of them has, so it's shrieking in for an attack. So, if you guys would all like to, in a second, I'll just blank this off.
I think Mark will be on soon, by the way.
Okay, now's as good a time as any because you guys are fighting for your lives as one of these combats is racing in to attack you. So go ahead and make your initiative rolls, please, everybody other than Ben this time. Okay, so that's Erin, Jeremy, and Anthony have all rolled. So
Right, it didn't validate me on the tracker, sorry.
that's okay. That happens sometimes. So I will just add you manually and type in your roll was a 14. So we get.
So this building here is where we're trying to get inside.
Well, it's a building you could try and get inside. It's not the one you've been told to get to. You were planning on running past this. This has got a lot of windows on both sides. It's not terribly secure. However, it might be better briefly than nothing. You're not sure. Let's see how it goes. So is that everybody that needs to be on the tracker on the tracker? Okay, let me organise that. Descending order. Starting with Jeremy, what would you like to do?
Well, if it's there,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to move to here and then stab it in the back or whatever, as like,
Right. So as it swoops in above your head, you duck under it, move round behind it, and attempt to attack it. I'm going to give you +1 to attack it from behind.
Right, which will probably be cancelled by the fear factor.
Possibly so, yes.
But we had a breather though. Did the fear go away in the breather, or once we cooked one? I don't know.
True.
Yes, you can all go ahead and take 1 fear point off. I will allow it.
Yay.
Because we thought, well, maybe they're not so tough.
Yes.
And especially when one got acid bombed and dived. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to attempt to hit this, which was a total fail.
It was, unfortunately.
Although, having said that, no, let's leave it at that then.
Okay. So you slash at it, but it just banks to the side in order to get away from it. Gail, what would you like to do?
Oh God.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. Is it possible that the doctors, the patient, and one of the oil workers can proceed on forwards?
Yes, if other people want to hold them off, I don't see why not. You technically only need
Yeah.
one person to move this gurney.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the gurney going. I'll get the gurney going. I'll just keep going.
Okay, you're going to keep going. I'm just going to move you over to there. You rush off with the gurney and anybody else who's coming with you. So it's the combat to go. So it's going to attack whoever this is, which I think is Chris.
I would say the other doctor would have gone as well.
Yeah, he will do. We're not up to him yet. Oh, actually, he's not on the tracker. I'll just move him over now. So the two doctors are off. At least one of these, I should probably have added the oil workers. At least one of these oil workers is going to join the fight. In fact, just for ease, I'm going to have him act at the same time as the combat, so I don't have to add anything else on. So the combat, first of all, is attacking Chris's character. Let me just make a roll. So, Chris, it's swooping in with a claw. 16, I assume that's a hit?
Yes. That will be.
Chris, 6 points of damage.
I think he's muted. He's asking about quick reflexes.
Would I have ever used quick reflexes at any point during this, like, going into combat?
In this encounter so far, no. If you want to use it now, you can.
Okay. This prepares me for the next attack. Apparently, it's not for the current attack, which is weird. But okay.
Just a little.
I guess I have to take the damage.
Yeah, so it's 6 points of damage, but you can reduce that by 1 for your hard hat, and by whatever your toughness is as well.
3, so it's 2 then.
Yeah. So 2 points of damage as it slices across the top of your head, rattles your brains a little from the banging on the helmet, really, on the hard hat. So next up, Erin, what would you like to do?
Okay. So it's actually in flight at the minute.
It's in flight at the moment, but it's low because it's attacking people as it's flying across the top of them. It's strafing essentially with its claws.
How many God, what do you call them? Flares? Would you say I would have left?
How many have you deployed so far? 2? Or 1?
1.
I'm going to say you've got
Okay.
another 2 then.
Okay, right. I'll chuck another one at it to try and
Okay, yeah.
distract it, knock it out the air, something along those lines.
Okay,
Okay,
make
so-
an accuracy roll.
Chucking flares like ninja stars.
13 or better to hit it.
Ooh!
17 and
Very
with
nice.
5 stunt points. What would you like to do?
Shit. Right. I want to try and do a similar thing to last time.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that?
I didn't
Alex?
know.
Oh, Alex just opened my door and shouted weird at me and then closed the door. Anyway.
Jenny, I
Um,
must
Was that-
say, I'm appalled at your manners. When somebody calls you weird, you say, thank you.
Yes. But here's the question. Was it an accusatory tone of voice or a confessionary sort of tone of voice?
And was that a Y or an I?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't talk like. Right, well, I do want to use knock prone, so that's 2.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to add a prone marker. So you've knocked it. You hit it with a flare. Boom. Bang. Knocks it out of the air. It slams into the wall here and slides to the ground.
Right, now, how far are we near the edge of a platform again? How far would I have to
You can't. Seriously, you can't. You couldn't do that because we're around it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, it was
you
in
could
the air initially, so if you did it in the other order, you could. However, it
Yeah,
would be...
If you've thrown it from there,
Yeah.
is it? Oh well, I suppose it could go off course, couldn't it? It
Yeah.
could fly off course
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
like
the
knocked
south.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're about... you would need to spend 2 stun points to get it over the side.
Well, damn right I'm doing that.
Right, you are. So you hit it, it detonates on the side. Instead of what I said earlier about it hitting the wall, it kind of tries to swerve, but as the flare goes off, it blasts it south, and it's tumbling over and over, hits its head off the rail, and topples over the side and down. So go ahead and roll the standard damage, and is there anything else you still want to do with any remaining stunt points?
Yeah, I will use 1 stunt point for duck and weave, which is gain +1 to defense
Okie doke.
per stunt point until the beginning of next turn. Right, what's the damage again?
For a flare, 2d6.
Alright, okay.
Plus 3, I think.
2d6 plus 3? Okay.
Quite
Ah, that was shit.
Oh dear, that really was quite poor. Its toughness is 3, so only 2 points get through. You can go ahead and roll the extra 2 damage for it hitting the ground underneath if you want.
2 damage.
2d6.
2d6, yes.
Double 6. Oh, right.
That's better.
Ooh, that's bad.
That is, so we take 11 off that. That's still 8 gets through.
And it is knocked prone.
And it is
when
knocked
it
through.
lands,
Yes.
so-
So as you blasted it over the side with a flare, it's tumbled down a level and hit the ground and bounced. It's stunned briefly, but it will pick back up and start chasing you again. However,
Yeah,
that's
hopefully we can, lose it.
hopefully you can lose it, yep, because I'm going to scratch both of the chase totals out. I'm going to say because it's got a whole level to come back up, that's going to start you off with a 3-point advantage. Meanwhile, the other team, Marie, could your team give me a dexterity stealth roll, please?
Okay, hold on.
And we'll all have to run to catch up with
Yeah.
Oh, damn. My chrome's shot on me.
No.
Hasn't been a very good day for technology, has it?
It hasn't, no.
No,
Technology has been letting you all down quite badly today, one way or another.
Literally, it's closed my character sheet. The only window it's left open. is the call window. I'll be there in 1 second.
Okay, that's because the call's not on.
Chrome.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll come back to you. Don't worry about it. Just when you're ready. Could I get
I'm coming into the game now.
Could I get a chase test from the others instead, please? So whose turn was it? It was Chris.
Chris has
did
had
you?
a go.
Yeah. So I think it's you next, Sean.
Me. Where's my character sheet gone? Oh, there it is. Dexterity, yeah.
Yes.
Let's be piss poor.
11 or better to pass, which you did. You've added 2 to your chase total. That's 5 because you already had a 3-point lead over the bat, which you'd stunned when it went over the side. However, it's picking itself back up and it's flapping its big, powerful wings, coming back up against the hurricane. Let's not forget the hurricane, which does give it a penalty that I keep forgetting about. So it's dexterity test. So it's failed.
Yes!
It's failed, so it doesn't get to add anything to its chase test this round. That puts you guys 5 meters ahead of it.
Is there anything? Is it still below us over the side?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything around that we could drop on it? Throw at it?
Probably.
Probably not, because it's high wind and everything would either be lashed down or there wouldn't be anything on this walkway.
There'll be a fire extinguisher. You could pull that off the wall and throw that at it if you wanted to.
Yeah?
Might as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Brian first. Is it stealth off dexterity? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh.
That didn't pass, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a dexterity test, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Stealth.
Our rolls today have been absolutely
Appalling,
horrendous.
haven't they? Yeah.
It's as if they're 3 days old from Greg's in the hot summer.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
natural
Let's
one,
just
then.
see how the... Because you might still be lucky. There might not be a combat that spots you. Yeah, it did. So you've got another one coming after the 2 doctors with the patient.
You get rid of one and then you get another one.
What I'm going to say is that the other royal worker, the one that didn't stop, it has gone with them, though. I'm going to say he's running over there. So, as Sean, did you make the attack roll to drop the fire extinguisher on this
Right,
thing?
okay, I'll give it a throw. But what is this, an accuracy test?
Accuracy
Yeah,
test,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm absolutely crap at everything but seeing and navigation,
Yeah,
and piloting and driving.
you're going to be great if you ever get back in a helicopter.
That's not too bad.
13.
That's a hit. So as this thing comes beating its wings back up towards you, the fire extinguisher meets it on the way down. You can add your perception to the damage and it's 2d6.
Ooh.
It just goes boom.
with 1 stunt point.
With 1 stun point, you're quite right. I hadn't spotted that.
Let's have a look at.
You could skirmish it, can't you, for 1?
Yeah, possibly. Is it just basic? Would basic melee stunts be in the thing? Or
Technically,
would
it's a missile.
firearms
Yeah, use a firearms one, I think, because it's a missile attack, isn't it? He's chucking something at it. And general combat stunts would be your other option.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. Yeah. It's basic. There's nothing in there. Oh, am I doing basic exploration? General combat stunts.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's all the low end ones are either adrenaline rush, duck and weave, momentum. Doesn't do anything for me. Adrenaline rush doesn't do anything for me. Duck and weave doesn't do anything for me unless I'm attacked.
Yep.
Take cover. No, that really doesn't. There's nothing to take cover behind.
I mean, you could skirmish it down 1.
Skirmish
meter
it
or
back
whatever.
2 yards, knock
Yeah,
it
yeah,
back 2
yeah.
yards
Yeah.
down the thing. Have
That'll
hit it in
take
the head.
another 2 off its.
I'll do
chase
that.
total.
I'll do that. I'll reduce its thing by pull by 2 if that's
Okay.
what that
It
allows
makes
me to do.
sense because it's just on
Yeah.
fire.
So clang as the fire extinguisher hits it in the face and it pushes it back and down. Go ahead
Right,
and roll the
okay.
damage.
Yeah. bear with me. I'm going to do something type this manually.
Also, the rest of you, if you want to zoom in on the green table in the rec room, have a look and see if you can figure out what's happening on the green table. This is a little Easter egg I'm dead proud of. 10 damage, right? Okay, so it's 7, gets past its toughness.
That's a war game going on there.
It is.
Yeah.
Somebody's playing Warhammer.
Sorry, I jumped the gun there. I really should give that a bit of a chance.
Okay, so that combat is now severely injured. However, you've got another one which has attacked the medical team. So as this one comes screeching in behind the 2 doctors and the gurney, the other oil worker turns round and tries to punch it. Thump.
Is he not
He took a weapon, didn't he?
Bonesaw McSawface? Or...
No,
Yeah.
the one that's back here with you guys is actually. I'm going to say they're both armed. Fuck it. Yeah, I think we're going to say that they're both armed.
They might either have a wrench or something with them.
Yeah.
Fine.
Tool belt, you know.
Let me just do a.
Electric arc welder to the face.
Okay, I can't see the.
He just so happened to have a
advanced
chainsaw.
dice roller. There it is. So it is 3d6 plus. Let me just check that. That's 4. Roll. 12. It's a miss. So he's taken a swing at the combat. The combat has swooped down and tried to attack him. He's yelling at the rest of you to go on. He'll hold it off.
No.
So that's one of the oil workers who's going to hold off that combat whilst the medical team gets away. The rest of you who are lagging behind the medical team are running up to where the oil worker is holding off the combat.
Yeah.
So you're kind of running away from one fight and into another.
It's like the combat's thing, you know. It's one on. What?
Yeah,
Hang on a minute,
exactly.
where's this lot come from?
You're not entirely wrong. Let me just check which. Yeah, I'm not going to use that one. Let's just pick.
It fancied its chances until we arrived.
That one's kind of busy as well, so we'll use this one and paste you onto there, and I will copy you all onto this map and get rid of that, get rid of that, there we go, and I'm going to need a second combat, aren't I? So give me a second. So
we
he's
can't do
kind
that. You need to get it.
Yes. Combat there. This one's actually still off the table, so I'm going to switch that onto the Games Master's layer. Layer GMs. Right, okay, so what's the medical team going to do? Are you going to stop or are you going to keep running?
Keep running.
Okay, you guys keep running whilst the oil worker fends that off. The rest of you are running up behind. So the front rank are actually close enough now to make an attack from there. I'm going to reorder.
Yeah, we can't see the initiative anymore.
Yeah, it's disappeared.
Oh, right. That's because I've changed maps on you. I'm going to have to make you all roll again. That's a bit of a shame.
We're going to have to roll again, are we?
Okay, so I'll blanket it all off. Remove all turns. Go ahead and re-roll your initiative then.
Oh, Jeremy, I bet you're happy you got to re-roll.
Well, it's only 1 point more.
Mine's 2 points more, so it's not too bad.
Mine's 6 points less.
Oh no!
3 points less.
When are the oil workers going?
I will.
They're not.
No, I'll just use the same action as the combat.
Remember when you said, "Why do I need a weapon?"
I think I'm pressing the wrong button there. Out of sheer stupidity. So hold on. There we go.
Oh, shit.
Well, you know. That's definitely what's causing it. I'll have to put my hands up to that. Right then, so Jeremy, you
Can I,
go
ask?
first.
So what? Do I have a rope on me?
It's
No, you're not
Jeremy to
likely.
go at the moment.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, sorry.
Run up behind it then and give it a hack.
Okay, +1 to hit because you're behind it. +1 to hit because you now outnumber it because it's fighting the other oil worker as well.
So
that's
it's +2 to the roll.
Oh,
That's a
that's
hit,
a lot.
and with 6 stunt points, and I think we all know what that means by now. That's your complexity pool gone up to 17. Complication pool gone up to 17.
Oh, come on, guys. We need 3 more sixes.
And that's a definite hit with 6 points of stunts. So go ahead, do the damage. Tell us what you want to use the stunts on.
So it's going to be a vicious blow or whatever it is for the extra d6 of damage.
Excellent. So that's a 5-point stunt. So that's another point in.
No.
Oh, vicious
Extra
blows.
D6
Just 1d6.
Yeah,
That's
not
calm
one
down,
point
calm
in
down.
there. Right, calm yourself down. It
Funny,
then
I
gets
was just thinking that about you. You're the one. No. Come on. So that's only 2 points. You've got 4
2,
left.
and then another 2 to knock it prone.
Yes, that's the extra point, isn't it?
No.
No.
It has to be 4 points in a single stunt. He didn't use
does
4
it?
points in a single stunt, so he doesn't get an extra.
Yeah,
But if he
and-
spends them all, it goes up, right?
No.
Oh, we should add that rule.
No. He gets. It goes up if he uses 4 points on a single stunt, but if he splits them like this, it's not going to put it up.
Stop
Yeah.
being smart, Sean. Put us in danger.
So basically, I've got the weapon is the light weapon is the blade that I picked up earlier.
Yep.
Which is you did say it was D6 plus what was it? Was it strength. It was strength.
Strength, yes. D6 plus 1 plus
That's-
strength. Yeah.
That's right. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 1, and then can I skirmish it over the edge effectively? When I
You
do
can.
this slash, I slash it in the wing.
Yes.
That distracts it, and it goes over the.
Yeah, absolutely you can. Yeah.
Right. So 2d6. Let me just get to the slash roll. Yeah, that needs 2 L's. 2d6. That's fine.
Can I ask, how close are these dudes to their intended destination?
Let me just check there. Oh god, they've still got quite a way to go. Ah no, because we reset. So it's 16 and 12. That's 28. 28. 2. They need
like at
2.
the door.
They need 2 more points in their chase pool to get into the intended destination.
Right. So can we knock this over the side and down onto the
You
thing
can
then?
indeed. So you've done 7 points of damage to it so far. So that's 4 gets past its toughness.
Basically,
2d6
running.
damage for the fall, if you would, please, Sean. 7.
Aye.
Sorry,
Just
Jenny,
running
go
and
ahead.
fending them off,
Oh
that's
my
all.
god.
How did that do 3 dice?
It's 2d6
Ah,
times
you
P.
Yeah, you put an exclamation and a
Yeah,
P.
technically
No.
that's 2d 6 factorial p.
No. I used the dice roller
Alright.
straight from the click on the thing.
Okay, so somebody else must have clicked this, so I've no idea what that is.
No. That's my roll, a 5 and a 6, Right.
Yeah,
And
you
it-
should
and
keep the 5 and 6.
and it's added a 4. Let me click on that
Yeah,
again.
go
just
ahead,
to-
see what happens.
So at the top there, it's got. It must be exploding dice, is what that means.
Alright.
Well, what means?
Yeah. So some reason there's like the marks across the top: GM brackets exclamation mark 2 exclamation mark.
Ah,
3.
right, yes. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just going to be the 5 and the 6 for 11.
So 11
In
more
that
points
case.
of damage. Yeah.
Right.
Very nice.
Because it should be on the. Turn that off. Right. Let me just test this. Right. That's a proper roll then.
Okay, so you rush in, slash the thing across the back of the neck as it twists around to try and see what's going on. It loses its footing and you push it over the side of the railings. It thumps upon the ground at the bottom. It's shaking its head, trying to shake off the impact. I take it are you guys going to stay around till it does, or are you just going to take off and run for it?
Well, as my minor action, I'm going to then move on.
Right, you are. Everybody make another chase. Well, not everybody. It's whoever comes up next. So, Jenny, it's your turn to make the group's chase
Oh,
test.
God. By the way, hello, Mark. He's finally on.
Oh, hello, Mark.
Hello,
Hi,
Mark.
Mark.
Go ahead and make the chase test.
Dex, isn't it?
It is, yes,
Come on,
Dex.
you're at the
Oh,
door.
you failed.
Oh,
Okay. So, you guys come to a screeching halt as you see two men of war jump down onto the platform in front of you. They start scuttling towards you in an intent to attack you. All freeze, and the combat that was coming up behind you comes woof, back up from below, sees the group of you. You've now caught up to the others. So there's no, they're a bit further. I think they've made it to their target actually. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, and it notices only 2 of the men of war. For a split second, it can't decide which group to attack. Then it realizes that it's vastly outnumbered if both groups all decide to go for it, and it actually curves away and flies off. The 2 men of war, instead of attacking you, both scuttle over to the edge and jump down onto the level below and scuttle into cover. It looks as if the 2 groups of predators have caused enough sort of casualties to one another that each has become more cautious of the other.
Right.
So the bats run away from them and they've hidden from it. Which allows you all to make another run for it.
Okay.
it's really curious. That shows like quite a level of intelligence, doesn't it?
Uh, mm,
Oh, weird.
It's about the level of intelligence you'd expect from predators, really. They tend to know when they're... If you pick a mid-range predator like a dog or a cat, you'll notice that they are aggressive with prey animals but cautious of animals that would prey on them. It's why cats get jumpy around feeding time unless there's a human in the room watching the back, because that's when they would be most vulnerable in the wild.
Is that when you put the cucumber down behind them?
I never do that. I don't believe in scaring your pets. Yeah.
But I've heard people say that doesn't actually work.
I've no idea. I wouldn't try it. Speaking of pets
Probably
and
depends on
eating,
the cat.
mine's just shown up and seems to want fed, but I've just noticed she's still
See,
got food.
you mentioned food. She was like, "Oh, food. Okay, food
Oh,
time."
she very much takes after
Summoned her.
a daddy in that respect, yeah. Okay, so the rest of you now take off and make it to the pump room. You go up this walkway that you're on, down the next flight of steps. For a moment, you glance over your shoulder to see if those men of war are coming after you. You can see the heads whip round and look straight at you. But as a combat screeches as it goes overhead, they scuttle backwards deeper into cover instead. In the split second that gives you, you all dash into the pump room.
Can I mention about the pump room? So it's going to be super loud, like I said before.
It is. It's
But there's
extremely
probably
loud.
going to be provided ear protection on the walls or something.
Oh yes, there
So-
are. Yeah.
You guys at least won't, get a headache or go deaf or anything.
We'll have those basically attached to our helmets anyway.
Yes, the helicopter team will have air defenders in their
Yeah.
helmets. Anyway. In fact, the oil workers will as well. So it's only the medical. Actually, the medical team arrived on the helicopter, so they've got.
It'll just be the patient then, probably.
It'll just be the patient, so you can just stuff some of them on his head. Could I
Bags
get
in his ears.
a intelligence medical roll from the 2 doctors, please?
Okay.
Because
Dr. Lockhart.
we've
and Shine.
now gotten to the point where we
And
need to
Dr. Gill.
find out if you guys kept the patient alive during that mad dash or not.
Oh, no.
Oh
But he wouldn't have that point of fear.
You
Oh,
can
it's
take,
gonna
you
matter
can take
anyway, I
that
don't
point of
think.
fear off. That's still going to be a
Definitely
fail,
tell this
though.
is Jenny's side story.
Rolled
However-
6.
Yeah. Dr. Lockhart's fail is counterbalanced by Dr. Aston's pass. So, as you've been dashing this poor guy over metal paths, down steps at high speed in a thunderous storm and a crashing rain, the doctors, all all he's been able to do really is just keep pushing the damn thing. There's a couple of times he almost pushed too quickly and pulled the shunt out, but Dr. Aston's always managed to grab it and just keep checking on the guy's vital signs. He's in a very bad way because he's really not fit enough to be moved, but obviously under the circumstances. You make it into the pump house and lock the doors behind you. That's when you realise that there are a couple of other oil workers in here also hiding from the onslaught. What there isn't, however, is a Greg.
No,
Oh,
Greg's
yeah.
still running around like a madman,
Yes.
desperately trying to get to the oil, to get to the pump house.
He's in the accommodation block.
You're
No,
in
you're
it.
leaving it there. No, you're not.
I didn't
Get
say
back
I
on
was
the
leaving it
page.
there. Okay, so Greg, you're currently in the accommodation block. What would you like to do?
Sleep.
Oh yeah, I got away from them. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. How far am I away from
Are
the
you
pump
injured?
house?
Is the quick question.
Heavily, yes.
Right, take a breather.
Take a breather. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a breather. You can have a number of hit points back equal to 5, plus your
5.
level, which is 1. So
6.
we're up to 6 so far. Plus your constitution.
9. Cool. I've more than doubled them.
There you go. That was
Okay,
well
so
worth doing.
you're in this accommodation room with the two oil workers who are stationed here. They've both like battened all the hatches down. They're kind of hiding in the accommodation, terrified about what the hell's going on. You come dashing in and you kind of double over and are gasping for air. There's a big bat in there. Other than gasping for breath, what else would you like to do once your 5-minute or 10-minute breather is up?
Could get on the radio.
I do it. We do still have radios, don't we?
You do.
Don't work.
They were taken out by the EMP wave is the problem.
Oh,
That's right.
shit.
Yeah, all the electrics were.
Got about that.
Which
well-
means this pump house, by the way, it's not as loud as you might have expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll chill here for a little bit, wait for the bats to kind of get bored and forget about me. But what I am gonna do
Mhm.
is kind of buddy up with the pump workers here. So
Right.
like I don't know, maybe I'll chill out with them a bit, see how they feel about the whole situation. If they don't know what's happening, explain that there's these giant bats.
Right. They've got a good
then kind
idea
of
of what's
soften the-
happening. They've also got an escape plan.
Oh, is it? Okay.
One of them goes, Martin here used to, he's had a few hours on helicopters. He's not passed all his tests yet, but he's good enough to get us out of here.
No.
There's a helicopter landed on the pad
I'm
earlier.
gonna say to him, I was gonna stop you right there, Martin. I'm actually with the pilot and the co-pilot. I told them to go to the pump house, so if they made that there, we can go to the pump house and we can just fly out with the actual pilot.
Perfect. Perfect. If you know where the pilots are, if we can get to them and then we can all get up to the helicopter. Now it's a big one. Looked like a Sea King when I came in, or something similar. So I reckon it'll take about 19 people.
Okay. Do you know of anyone else in the pumps? Because we'll have a couple spare seats then.
Yeah, well, there's a few more people kicking about. We can take the others, but I suggest we make it quick because if we thought about it, other people will have thought about it as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the
okay,
ignition
so
keys for the
I mean,
helicopter.
I've just been chased by 2 bats, so they'll be outside. And I mean, they're not smart, but they're smart enough to know that I'm in here. So they're going to be out there waiting. So do you know, is there any other way out of this place? Other than that door I just came in?
Climb out the windows, but other than that, no, not really.
Okay. Well, we have our plan at
Quick
least.
question.
Yes.
Would they not have a back door as a fire exit?
There is a fire hatch actually in the main corridor, so Even though actually, no, there isn't, because I based this on genuine ones. Usually, in the event of a fire, you go out the windows on these things, which are big
Alright,
enough.
okay. Which are big enough. They're actually escape windows, effectively.
Escape windows, similar to you get on northern buses and stuff, and probably on
Yeah.
river buses as well, I should imagine.
Smack it with a hammer in the corner and bail out.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, out the window would actually not be as it's part of the evacuation plan for these things, so it's not as off the wall as it might initially sound.
Hang on. I've just thought of something. These things are bats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever seen the movie Zoo? Or not the movie, the series Zoo, when like animals start fighting back
I haven't.
against humans?
My mother kept telling us to watch it because she thought it was great, but I never saw it.
Yeah. Well, so there's a bit in it where there's like thousands of bats and they're all attacking this place in Rio, and they get rid of them by I think they use something like an amplifier and they play at a certain frequency and it like hurts the bats' ears and they all scatter.
Right. Okay.
Or we're engineers.
Yes.
Could we make something like that somehow?
No power though, is there?
I would suggest the idea would probably occur to you that getting the power back on
Yes.
by restarting the generator in the generator room would be probably the best idea for doing that.
Yes.
I know, but I'm thinking about getting out of this building because there's two bats like outside right now when we're stuck in this building.
Yeah, but how are you going to power it?
I don't know, batteries, which are probably fried. Shit.
No, batteries would probably be okay because
Yes.
if they weren't, you'd have spares obviously somewhere on the rig.
Yeah,
And they would-
because can you still use solenoids and cars and stuff if they've not actually been in the car with an EMP set?
Yeah, if the thing's not running at the time when the EMP goes off,
Yeah.
it won't
Then it
burn out
won't
the
go down.
electronics.
I was just thinking of getting out of this accommodation block that I'm in right now.
Well, it's whether there would be anything like that in there then, really.
One of the guys has a mobile phone that wasn't taken out by the EMP wave because it wasn't turned on at the time.
Well, we can use that as a distraction potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, phone somebody and shout help, help, the tops come off the mountain.
Okay. Do I have any spare flares?
How many have you used?
I think I actually only used one. I didn't say I was going to light another one.
No, Chris, you definitely said you were giving him a few, didn't you?
Chris is gone if it's 11 o'clock.
He said he gave me two.
Okay.
I'm
He
here,
was keeping
sorry.
one for himself.
Oh, yes, sir.
I kept one for myself.
Okay. So he gave you two and kept one, so you've got one left, Ben.
Okay. We can use the mobile phone and the flare for a distraction.
Okay. I will be
Well, that's
interested.
the best plan we've got right now.
I will be interested to discover exactly how you're going to do that.
I don't know, set an alarm and throw the flare.
But that's
know, that's
okay.
like
I will find
sound
out
and
next
light.
week.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God.
So thank you all for coming. Sorry to Mark, who was even later than he expected to be and therefore missed most of the game, unfortunately, but never mind. Hope those of you who were here enjoyed the game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good fun.
Those of you,
I still feel I made a valuable contribution at the end, though.
I think it did actually, yeah, to be fair.
With your roll of 7.
So thank you to everybody at home for listening. We'll be back again next week as the party now tries to get the power back on and get everybody to the helicopter, where they're going to have this slight question about whether or not anybody fueled it before the EMP wave hit. Guess we'll find out next week. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back next week and we'll pick up from here. Do stay safe, take care, and we will see you then.
Bye.